live, sir. A little bit late as usual, but this time not because of technical difficulties, because your boy here was in traffic for an hour coming home, as everyone knows and loves LA traffic. But I think we're back. I think we're good. Hopefully the mic sounded good. Let us know in the chat if you guys can hear us as we are watching a 4th and inches currently 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. 0-0 score. We made it to before the game at least started. Josh, how you feeling? Or at least start.
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Obviously, the Rams kind of got gifted there. I thought they got stopped a little earlier while I was waiting, but yeah, we got a 4th and inches. Rams look like they're staying on the field for this play. We'll wait and see. Obviously, Devontae not playing like we expected.
I actually already just saw a handoff to Kyren, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Josh, when you see it in a second, but it looks like he was short of a first down, just short of a first down. What up, Andres? What up, Floyd, ESG, everybody in the chat? We appreciate you guys tuning in, waiting. Floyd says he thinks he made it, but it's going to be close. I think it might be if he made it by a centimeter. Really
I've seen it already. I've seen it. I think they're going to review it. I think they're calling an official review. So I think we might have a TV timeout here.
Very close. But one thing you do notice already that I've seen so far as we were getting set up here, sitting down, just taking a look, every time I looked up and looked at this play, a play being called for the Rams, it looked like a run was being called. There's going to be a lot of running in this football game. The running backs are extremely important, as I'm watching a visual breakdown from Amazon showing a visual representation of the first down being just 1.5 inches short is going to be the call, which if that's an official rule they're using because it's Amazon, it's kind of interesting. It looks like they base it off the Amazon line. Interesting, but it doesn't look like he made it. So Seahawks are going crazy. This is going to be a game, guys. This is going to be a game, and it's going to be a game with a lot of running backs involved. The run game is going to play a big part because it was raining so heavily all day in Seattle, as it typically does. So how are you feeling about that, Josh? Are you confident in this Rams rushing offense, especially without the threat over the top of Devontae Adams? Puka Nacua dealing with some things in the off the field, looking okay on this drive, but how are you feeling so far in this game if it's going to be a run-first game?
I'm feeling interesting. That's kind of how I'm feeling. I mean, I talked about in my video about the Rams' rushing offense being very, very explosive and successful over the last few weeks on Tuesday, but yeah, my score pick was 20-17 Rams. I had this being a low-scoring defensive game, and I think that's definitely going to be the case. If the Rams can't run the ball, especially with Corum, I mean, Kyren there getting stuff, not great. Seattle going to start at pretty much midfield here on their opening drive. We'll see what the Rams can do to stop Aaron Donald, but with the run game, it's definitely going to be interesting. I do think they're going to have to lean into it more, and we'll just have to wait and see how this one goes.
Yeah, I think I was in a similar boat. Maybe not as low of a score, but 27-24 was my score prediction. I'll be honest, I didn't know it was going to rain this heavily. Not looking like I'm seeing too much rain now just yet, but when I was watching earlier, they were kind of blowing some air under the tarp, making sure things stayed dry. It was like a kind of an arch to the tarp. That way the rain can fall around it. So kind of interesting to see that stuff before the game. But overall, if it doesn't rain too much, should be good. But if it does continue to pour later in this game, obviously, again, going to be a very run-heavy game. And I think the Rams can compete in, but is it their 100% strength? Not really, but let's be honest. Seattle, even though they have two good running backs, their running backs and running game has not been dominant this season for you to be afraid of it necessarily. Kenneth Walker, trust me, I have him in fantasy football. He has not been playing super well, super consistently this year. But the defense, right? See Andres in the comments saying, let's go defense. Defense got to step up today. They have to make some stops today. JSN, of course, major piece there. But that run game, obviously. You can't allow this run game to all of a sudden explode for their best performances of the season.
No, you can't. You can't. Kenneth Walker, I had him in fantasy last year. Not doing it ever again. I'm scarred. I'm scarred from the 2024 season. But yeah, the run game, not good. Charbonnet, too, has had a really down season just in terms of yards per carry wise as well. I mean, obviously, JSN is the key. JSN, someone who I do have in fantasy. This week being week 2 of my semifinal matchup, trying to make it to the finals. So hopefully JSN, once the Rams, if they get up big, maybe, again, doesn't hurt.
Yeah, 100%.
But, yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how this Rams run defense will do. The pass defense on JSN going to be key. Forbes did such a good job last time. We'll have to wait and see if he can do it again.
Yeah, And Sam Darnold in his first attempt is a pass play, gain of 8 to the tight end here. So 2nd and 2, Sam Darnold under center here for the Seahawks. In Seahawks territory, still right by the 50. Handoff to Kenneth Walker. He runs it outside for a 2.5-yard gain, which gets the Seahawks a first down. And you can see the intensity from the Seahawks sideline, right? Just a 2.5-yard gain. They're all hype and kind of tapping their teammate on the helmet. They're just really ecstatic about this game because they understand they're home. They have a little bit of the advantage there. They know they only lost by 2 in a game where Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions last time they faced the Rams. And if they win this game, it's huge for them to possibly take over that number 1 seed and maintain that for the playoffs. Kenneth Walker catches a screen pass, and he has a lot of blockers ahead of him. He's running down the field to the 30, to the 20, to the 25, to the 10. He's tackled by Omar Spates at the 5-yard line. Omar Spates with a tackle, but Kenneth Walker with a huge gain. 40-plus yard screen pass. Great blocking attempt. They snapped this ball from about the 50-yard line. You see Sam Darnold fakes the handoff, looks to his right, then drops back to his left, and just nobody there for the Rams. Kenneth Walker able to just absolutely take off, show his speed, and get a huge gain into the red zone within the 10-yard line here for the Seahawks. Yeah. It's a good team. It's going to be a hard game.
It is. This is going to be a tough game. We knew that coming in, obviously. And yeah, just Kenneth Walker getting wide open pretty much there. Zabel out there blocking, their star rookie moving well up the field. He has space with a good stop. But Zabel has been key for this O-line. Speaking of the O-line, though, no Charles Cross today. He is still out, so look for Josh Jones to be his replacement up there up front for blocking for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, and I hope and anticipate that if the Rams have a chance to pass rush a little bit today against that backup left tackle, they take advantage of that matchup. Cooper Kupp, by the way, handoff here in the red zone. Doesn't get much, so 2nd and goal. Sam Darnold under center. Charbonnet is the running back in the backfield. He hands off to Charbonnet, runs right up the middle, up the gut, through the Rams defense. Touchdown, Charbonnet. It was so easy. This Rams defense, and they're going to play like this all night. It is going to be Matthew Stafford, that quarterback right there, as the camera's on him now. He needs to keep this team on fire on offense because this defense does not seem reliable at this point in time.
No, it does not yet. Right up the middle, pretty much. I mean, no one was really back there except Kobe Durant already in the end zone. And Charbonnet, once he bullies through the first defender, easily able to get in. They score in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Obviously, you have a shorter field, so that also made it a bit easier. I don't anticipate the Rams going for it on another 4th down. I just don't. At least this early in the game. Just unfortunate there. Landman kind of just misreads it. He oversteps, and then Cam Curl just not big enough alone to bring down Charbonnet. Easily able to run into the end zone. And Frederick is saying, can't bear to look at this game. They're already angry. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We knew this was going to be closer. We're in Seattle. I said in my video on Tuesday it was going to be cooler and rainy, and we're already seeing the impacts of that for this Rams team early on, although we'll see how the offense does on the second drive of the game for them.
Yeah, the defense wasn't a great start, and like you said, Josh, overall I think this team can step up a little bit. Landman maybe overshot that a little bit, that gap, so he probably had a chance to tackle Charbonnet, but Charbonnet, big, strong, physical back, probably could have ran over Landman at the same time. So, missed that tackle there. Not the best to start the first half here, but overall, I think a couple of the key things for the Rams, okay? I do think they are the best team in the league when healthy, right? And they're not healthy right now, obviously missing Devontae Adams, but they are relatively healthy all around overall. The defense hasn't been playing, I think, as well as anyone's anticipated this season. But overall, I think when healthy, the Rams are the best team in the league. If they aren't able to secure the number 1 seed, if they somehow lose this football game, which, again, is still very early, but it's not the end of the world. I do think we have to kind of think about that from that perspective a little bit. We obviously want to see the Rams win every game, beat the Seahawks every single time you face them. But it's not the end of the world, right? The Rams are already locked for the playoffs as of this moment, as this football game. So that's a positive for the Rams for sure. But this is a very huge opportunity. Of course, I'm not trying to downplay that. I just don't want us to be freaking out here saying the Rams season is over because they lose this game. But it is a huge game for them to win. Obviously, a huge challenge for them, and hopefully they can show the world that they are actually the best team in the league, regardless of if Devontae Adams plays or not. This team is just that good. That's the hope, right? Johnny Valencia says, as a Jew, I was upset about Puka's Jewish dance. I don't know if he's being sarcastic there, but very interesting stuff, Josh. I did want to ask you because I made this in my video yesterday. Not too many people had a chance to see it yet, but overall, I was talking about Puka Nacua's presence on social media. And I'm wondering if you thought or think, or any fans in here think, you guys can let us know in the comments too, do you think it's an issue what Puka is doing? Are you concerned with the fact that he is hanging out with Aiden Ross, trying to get streamers into the Rams practice facility in the middle of the week where you have a huge game versus Seattle Seahawks tonight? Are you concerned about that at all? His presence on social media,
I will say,
the brother getting
I
arrested.
also do think the Rams probably had a feeling that a stream would give them publicity in terms of the team as a whole. Now, obviously, what happened... just don't spread hate in general. Spreading hate in general is not good. Although I will say I do believe Puka, where he says he didn't know that was going to happen. I fully believe that. That I don't think he came in there with the intent to do anything like that. I mean, if you've ever seen an Aiden Ross stream, he tends to be a little bit edgy.
He's controversial. He's controversial.
Yeah, and obviously you should not be spreading hate of any kind, obviously. So just not the best look, although... Puka being with streamers in general is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, you wouldn't see a Kyren Williams ask him to do that.
Yeah, agree.
You know, like, if, like, you wouldn't see, like, not every streamer is going to ask him to do that because a lot of streamers like a Kyren Williams or like a, you know, I Show Speed. It's like they put in a lot of effort to their streams and you don't see them doing that stuff.
Exactly.
Like, if there was one of those guys, I'd be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But these guys specifically are a little controversial for sure. Speaking of Puka, catches a nice ball on the outside after the play action pass. So he got a nice 8-9 yard gain there. But overall, I'm just kind of concerned about him. Not concerned that he's with streamers, just like the focus, right? Puka hasn't really done this in the past. He seems to be more focused of a guy. And it seems like he's a little out of focus right now. His brother's in a situation now as Blake Corum runs for a first down, just a couple yards past the first down here for a nice 4 or 5 yard gain. But his brother now getting arrested, right? With the Lakers rookie and car getting stolen and stuff. And then, you know, the Puka celebration, I don't think there was anything intentional there. I don't think he was spreading hate at all. I don't think he even knew that part. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just more on the side of, well, this is what happens when you sign up to get on a controversial streamer's live stream during a week where it's a huge week for you to focus on football rather than focus on the social media aspect. And we'll continue your thoughts now with Stafford. Drops back to pass, throws to a wide open Davis Allen who lowers his shoulder into a linebacker to get some more yards there at the end. Kind of unnecessary, to be honest. Another first down for the Rams as they are starting to march down this football field.
Yeah, they are. They're looking great. They're looking great. Again, Corum's already looking better than he was in the first game here. Already almost at midfield. The second drive, they're really balancing it out well as Davis Allen gets a nice big gain on that pass there.
Moving on to the next play here. Stafford under center, hands off to Corum, running to his left. Corum fights through the pile, gets about 4, maybe 5. He's up in the air right now as his team tries to push him forward. They do give him about a 5 yard gain on first down. Going to be about 2nd and 5 coming out here. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Rams are down, as you see on the top of the scoreboard. Fancy new scoreboard, by the way, if you missed Sunday's game. We got the nice ESPN scoreboard up there. Hope you guys enjoy the fact that you can see the score in time live a little bit more now. Blake Corum, by the way, almost started him in fantasy football out of necessity today. Decided not to, but he's been having a heck of a season, career season so far, showing why he deserves a lot more touches to get involved here. He's still in the game. Stafford under center, Whittington in motion. Corum fakes the handoff. Stafford with a guy in his face. Davis Allen tries to catch the ball and just absolutely drops it. But Stafford kind of getting rid of that one quickly just to avoid a sack. So 3rd and 5. Rams down 7.
Yeah, I'm going to see the play here for myself right now.
It's right through the hands of Davis Allen here. So Stafford, 3rd and 5. Ball is going to be in Seattle territory, if I'm not mistaken, at the 30-yard line.
30.
Stafford in the shotgun with no running back in the backfield. He's probably going to motion Corum over. He does not. No running back in the backfield. Stafford has to snap it, throw the ball up deep down the field to Kanata Mumfield, and Mumfield did not see the football, never saw it. Stafford actually gave him a nice throw, but the blitz off of the edge from the cornerback gets into Stafford's face. He had to let the ball go way quicker than he wanted to. I think if that's Devontae Adams makes that catch, but Kanata Mumfield just not fast enough out of his break, did not look at the football, and that went over his head. So 4th and 5, Josh said he's not sure if the Rams will go for it on 4th down again. It's 4th and 5, Rams ready to go for it right here. Stafford, shotgun, drops back to pass, blitz coming again, drops to his left, fires it into Puka Nacua, Josh Jobe in coverage, and Nakua with an insane physical catch. A flag on the play. We're going to see it might be top of the route there. Josh Jobe in coverage, not able to cover Puka, but even with the PI or whatever this holding call is, offsides defense it looks like, Puka's still able to grab this football. Josh, tell me how you feel about this one.
Yeah, that's a great catch. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, just a great play. You have a free play, regardless, going to be a first down, but might as well throw it up to Puka. He's going to make an amazing catch there. Yeah, this is just an amazing catch.
Great catch from Puka. Jobe in coverage, just absolutely so physical on the football, all the way to the ground, where they're even on the ground, back to the ground, still hanging on to that football because of how physical he was, and Puka's still able to make that catch. Incredible catch from Puka. 4:20 in the game, 1st and 10 for the Rams. They are approaching the red zone. Ball is at the 24-yard line. Stafford in the center, Blake Corum in the backfield. Stafford snaps the ball, fakes the handoff to Corum, drops to his right, another man in his face, all over for Stafford, but he throws it to Kanata Mumfield, who ends up running it upfield into the 4-yard line. Ball should be at about the 5 or 4-yard line for the Rams. Incredible way for Stafford, running to his right, 37-year-old quarterback. You don't expect him to be this mobile. Gets out of the pocket, and this Seattle Seahawks defense is running all over, wide open, really unblocked. But Stafford able to get out of there, find the open man down the field for a huge first down and more.
Yeah, that was an absolutely amazing play there from Stafford to Mumfield. Now, 1st and goal from the Rams inside the 5, but just getting someone in, just having someone in your face, just absolutely, completely, and just being able that was E-Man Warrior, the safety there on the blitz. DeMarcus Lawrence just in no man's land there on that play. Just nowhere to be found anywhere near it. Andres saying run the rock. Yeah. And they're going to beat the 5, not the 4 here.
And they do here. They do run up the middle with Blake Corum. Don't get much there. So it's going to be 2nd and goal. And this is the issue, right? We always want to say just pound the ball into the end zone. Blake Corum, it's his drive today. So he's the only one out there on this drive. It looks like didn't get anything on 1st down. 2nd and goal here. Do you run it with him again? Stafford says yes. Corum gets the ball to his left, and Blake Corum loses a yard. So the Seahawks defense is absolutely flying around the field. They're not letting the Rams get anything easy. You know, you see it with Stafford getting pressure in his face from the cornerbacks and the safeties. Here you see them slow down Blake Corum, fly to the football, and stop him behind the line.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. And yeah, Leonard Williams got back there first. Witherspoon was in there on the tackle, just so easily able to get back there. I thought, they're gonna have to pass here, as Floyd is saying in chat on 3rd down. Yeah, Corum was not good. I said in my video on Tuesday, 8 carries for 10 yards in Week 11 against Seattle, which is not good. That was his worst game of the year, where he actually got a legitimate opportunity to play. And now here on 3rd down, I think you have to pass.
We have a quick issue here. Stafford snaps the ball into Puka Nacua right at the 1-yard line. And it looks like Puka possibly got a touchdown. We're going to have to review this, but they're not calling it. They're saying he's down at the 1-inch mark. Puka just a nice release off of the snap. Quick slant, looks inside, catches the football, gets absolutely drilled by the corner and the safety at the same time. Puka looked like he was a little uncomfortable, and I will say he's definitely short of the line for the end zone. So it's going to be 4th down and goal for the Rams at the 1-inch marker. Puka looked a little bit hurt, An offensive lineman did look hurt as well. Might have been Kevin Dotson. Maybe I'm wrong, Josh. Don't know if you saw who was down there, but
I'm trying to see too. Yeah, Puka got absolutely rocked there.
he looks okay. He should be all right. Overall, you want the Rams to go for it here on the 1 inch mark, just like
Yeah.
Rams W says in the chat. We want to see maybe him go for it with Kyren. I prefer Kyren here in these situations, but maybe they hand off to Corum since it seems like it's a Corum drive. Hoping Puka's okay, and then obviously whatever offensive lineman is down, we're hoping.
Yeah, I couldn't tell whether that was Dotson or Jackson. It was one of the two though for sure.
Exactly, and Andres says he thinks Alaric Jackson is the one that's down. So we'll wait and see on the update. Commercial break here, but the Rams are moving the ball down the field. By the way, Gutsy call earlier to go for it on 4th and 5. You got to really give them credit there, right? We were nervous about going for it again. They ended up deciding to go for it, and it's going to be a decision all game long. Do you want to kick this football in the wet weather, or do you want to continue to let your offense stay on the field? That's going to be a decision for Sean McVay all day long, it seems like.
Yeah.
You got some notes for us, Josh, pregame? I know you always prep with some notes on what you want to look for in this football game. Are you ready with any of that?
I do have some notes here that we can go over. The first thing was Rams keeping the run defense solid. It's been okay. We're not the big pass to Walker, that was more of a screen pass than a run, but again, the red zone for Charbonnet, not great. I said Stafford to make better decisions with the football, which I didn't think I'd have to say, but except the Cardinals game, the last few, the Lions and Panthers games, both not the best decision making with the football. Then I said Corum needs to be better than he was in Week 11, 8 carries for 10 yards last time, as I said. Not good. And then I have who's stepping up in Adams' absence. I have Xavier Smith, Jordan Winnington, Mumpfield or Ferguson, guys who can do that. And then who's covering JSN? Is it going to be Emmanuel Forbes, because he did a pretty good job in Week 11, or are they going to try to switch it up because that's what JSN's already seen? And then lastly, we've already both hit on it, Josh. It's the pressure on Sam Darnold. Got to get pressure. That's how the Rams got 4 picks last time. Without Charles Cross, it's very important that this Rams team is able to get pressure on Sam Darnold.
Looks like it was Kevin Dotson, actually, that was down. He's limping to the sideline here. Stafford under center, 4th and goal. They're going quick. Fake to Kyren. Guy in his face. Stafford throws to the back of the end zone. It is a touchdown to the rookie, Terrence Ferguson. Absolute incredible catch. Stafford is in pain. He's grabbing his left arm. There's a flag on the play. Maybe roughing the passer. I mean, Ferguson was hit hard. Stafford's hit hard. This Seattle defense is flying all over the field. McVay looks a little bit upset. We're hoping Stafford's okay. He looks like he should be. Not sure what McVay is upset about.
And we also had Julian Love I believe he was hitting a 6-7 for whatever reason. I don't know if you saw that, but he was.
I did not see that. So let's see here. Stafford, he does fake the handoff to Kyren. Free runner right into his lap. Gets tackled. Back of the end zone, it's caught. Helmet straight to the chest for Terrence Ferguson as he catches that football. But I'm not seeing them put points on the board for the Rams here. So very curious to see what the flag was. McVay is not happy at all. Not sure if it was illegal motion.
Let's see. I think
you
they
guys
called a
heard,
full
let us know
start
down
here.
below in the chat. Because the Rams are kicking a field goal here.
Yeah, unless what they're saying his feet weren't. No, Ferguson's. No, that's a catch. So I don't know. What was the flag?
Sean McVay was not happy about whatever the flag was called. We'll see if we can get an update here on what that flag was. Anyone watching that's watching the game, we would love to hear from you. We're not listening to the game, so cannot hear exactly what the officials called there. McVay again didn't look happy. Andres' dang flag, yeah, it is a flag. So the Rams do kick a field goal. They come away with 3 points, but you saw them with a play action pass on the 1 yard line. Great play call, throwing it down the back of the corner of the end zone to the rookie Terrence Ferguson. You love to see him get involved. And yet they're calling, according to Krim, ineligible, and Brian as well, ineligible man down the field. So one of those guys got a little bit too far up, but that's kind of weird, right? When you're on the 1 inch line, it's like, how much farther can they go? Obviously, if they get into the end zone.
Not ideal. Ineligible, that's a really interesting flag. Floyd's hand, they're on the 1 yard line. The guy's like 2 steps into the end zone. That's ridiculous. Yeah, when they're at the 1 yard line, it's a little tough for any team to get that type of. Unless you're all the way in the back of the end zone.
And they're circling 67, who just subbed in the game.
Oh.
He was the issue. So it is Dedich on the call. And you know what? Poor guy just gets called in because of Kevin Dotson. Sean McVay absolutely insanely frustrated. Stafford as well. And rightfully so, right? Very difficult situation. Kevin Dotson goes down. You got to throw Dedich in the game. Dedich is like, oh, we're going to run it. I'm going to go ahead and tackle this guy and block this guy because I'm so ready to go. I'm ready to block this guy into the back of the end zone. And then he does that, and then he's ineligible downfield. I don't think it's a bad call, ESG. I think it's just a bad play for us. I think it's a bad play for the Rams, but not a bad call. He is down the field. It's part of the rules. I hate that rule, by the way.
Especially from the one. Like if you're like 20 yards downfield, but like in that play, what are you supposed to do? Like you're not supposed to get into the end zone. Well, now I know why Julian Love was hitting a 6-7 because the penalty was on number 67.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
Now that does make some sense. I was wondering what he was doing, but yeah, interesting call. I disagree with it, especially when you're at the 1 yard line. Like there's not really much you can do there. But now the Seahawks do have to work the full field though.
Yeah.
Which is going to be different than their first drive where they were playing on a shorter field. So the defense should be a little bit more prepared for this.
Zach Charbonnet on first down, just great blocking up front. A little bit of holding there from the replay, but great blocking up front from the Seattle Seahawks front. So he gets 9 on first down. So 2nd and 1. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Darnold fakes to Charbonnet, throws to his right, dropped pass by the tight end. Probably would have been a first down, but he straight up drops the pass. And by the way, I just realized these Seahawks uniforms have to be inspired by Oregon, which is kind of surprising because they probably hate Oregon and Washington. But that is a definite. This is not an Oregon Ducks type of jersey that you're seeing.
It does look a bit of like an Oregon Ducks gray jersey. I think they're a 12th man edition.
Yeah, I see the 12 everywhere. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they actually do look pretty cool. If we have to do the Seahawks to compliment the jerseys tonight, they do look pretty cool. The helmet with the little neon green mixed in with the blue, looking nice too.
It's interesting. Shaheed, the man in motion, Sam Darnold in shotgun, throws to his left to Jackson Smith-Njigba. Emmanuel Forbes is all over it. He says, I'm cornerback number 1. Try to throw the football to JSN. I will be there. And he is there for the pass deflection on 3rd down, I should say. So JSN tries to make a quick play, just get to the sticks, turn around, a little quick hitch, and Emmanuel Forbes is all over it. JSN probably still could have caught that ball, but the pressure, the footsteps, the hand in on the football from Emmanuel Forbes, amazing play from your cornerback 1.
Yeah, that was a great play. JSN, I feel it's a little too long on the route. I think he ran a bit too far forward. If they show the replay, he kind of turns his whole head before he does his stutter move. And I think that's what really made Forbes able to kind of get back in time. And Sam Darnold, from what I can tell, didn't really take his eyes off of JSN. Again, I never played quarterback in any level of tackle football, so I'm not one to talk. But from what I can tell, that he really kind of tunnel visioned that play, and Emmanuel Forbes is all over it.
Yeah, 100%. Great play from Emmanuel Forbes. Like Floyd says in the comments, he says, good play by Forbes makes a 3-and-out for Seattle, and that's a huge 3-and-out for Seattle. After what just happened to the Rams on offense, that offense was rolling. They score a touchdown. It gets taken away by just ticky-tacky, weak call by the officials. Maybe it's the right call, I guess, but it's very frustrating to see that called in the red zone. So call is played back. The call is brings the touchdown back. The Rams have to go for 3, so it's 7-3. Rams get the football back as Tingy says hello, and we say hello to you too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, again, unfortunate. This really should be a 7-7 game right now, but again, the defense doing a great job forcing a 3-and-out. Getting a little bit of pressure on Darnold still. Again, a bit of a slow start like we saw in the last game, but the second drive a lot better than the first drive, obviously. So for the Rams offense now, it's keep doing the similar stuff. It was working on the second drive, and you hope it not to be in too many more 4th downs, because they've been basically going for every single one. The 4th and goal one, you got to go for it from the inch-yard line, but again, some of the other ones definitely interesting. So hopefully the Rams can do a better job on 1st and 2nd down to avoid 4th downs.
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. Make sure while you guys are watching the stream, we're in commercial break, just waiting for these commercials to end. And I'm getting hungry off of those Uber Eats commercials right now. I am starving. Did not eat before this, but if
how about you didn't eat lunch?
I had lunch earlier, sure. But now I'm not going to eat dinner until 8 p.m. But if you guys are watching the stream and you guys are liking what you see, keep coming back for more. Do us a favor, consider pressing that subscribe button. We're about 30 subscribers away, a little bit less than that now, to 5,000 subscribers in the year. Yes. We're trying to get there before New Year's Eve. That'd be great. So just 30 of you guys, if you guys can subscribe, if you're not subscribed already, but like the stream if you're here and you are subscribed, we'd appreciate that as well. Josh always says, if you like the stream, the Rams will win the football game.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Simple. Floyd says
Floyd is saying football is not designed to make you eat.
The pigskin. What else? Let's eat. When Zeke used to play back in the day. What else do they say? That's food related. Let Baker bake.
Yeah, I mean, that was just in the Uber Eats commercial, so now we're kind of copying, but...
1st and 10 here for the Rams. Ball at the 12-yard line in Rams territory. Stafford fakes the handoff. Throws up over the middle of the field to Puka Nacua. Wide open to the 40, to the 50, to the 45, 40, 35. Puka Nacua down into Seattle Seahawks territory. First down and a whole lot more from Puka Nacua. I said, is the off-the-field stuff going to be a distraction? So far, so good for the Rams. Just a beautiful throw, beautiful catch. And no one is catching Puka Nacua in the open field there. Absolutely incredible play from the Rams offense.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Puka just got wide open there, getting over the top of the defense. Just, again, the Seahawks defense, we've seen it on a couple plays. It's just kind of just been lost by all the motion. Witherspoon really just sags off Kupp for no reason. Ernest Jones tried to do a half effort for an interception, and then Julian Love ends up... getting him down, but just an amazing play there by Puka, not letting anything get in his way, like you said. So
yeah,
Puka already 4 catches at 74 yards at the 36 of the Seahawks.
Yeah, we then see Kyren get the handoff for just a gain of 2 there on the next play. So that is how the first quarter will come to an end. This Rams offense is still firing on all cylinders, even without Davante Adams out there on the field. You'll love to see that. That was really concerning coming into this football game. Davante Adams out with the hamstring. Puka Nacua off the field stuff happening. Obviously Kyren and Corum, can they take the lead in the run game? The run game hasn't been dominant so far. It looks okay, but not dominant by any stretch of the imagination in this football game. So Puka Nacua and Stafford being on the same page. Also these tight ends getting involved. All huge for the Rams to continue to show that they are such a dominant force on offense. Like you said, Josh, this defense has been flying all over the place, but because of the motion, because of the play action, because they're just doing some unexpected things that the Seahawks aren't ready for, it's really truthfully what's helping the Rams move the football down the field. Puka Nacua looks like he wants to punish tonight. Floyd, I agree with you there. Cram was screaming, Puka, run, Puka, run. And he did run indeed for a huge gain there. So just incredible so far. Rams W22 says, I can't help but laugh at that one. Puka Nacua, aren't you happy that this guy is on your team? By the way, we need Puka to get paid, right? Puka needs a contract. I heard someone reminded me today that he's still on his rookie contract, and I was actually like, yeah, you're right, actually. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he is. He is literally still on his rookie contract, it is year 3, so it does make sense. They are going to extend him this offseason. Most likely. ESG is saying Seahawks have come down to earth. I mean, they've been good all year. I mean, the offense was not great last week at all against the Colts. I mean, they almost lost to the grandfather, Phillip Rivers. So that's never a good sign heading into a huge game against the Rams. But who knows? I mean, this defense is legit. I mean, they're going to be in the playoffs regardless here. So I don't think they've really come down to earth. They've been playing well all year. So, I mean, if they come down to earth, it's just they're not, like, the best point differential team in the league anymore. That's really them coming down to earth, not as in they're going to play so much worse all of a sudden.
But, I mean, to ESG's point, right, the Seahawks have been playing really well. I mean, against the Colts, right now, it's kind of a shaky game, but for some reason, right, play the Rams, see that Rams pressure, Sam Darnold kind of turns into a different type of quarterback. And ESG saying in this game, they started out hot and then came down to earth for the next drive. Yeah, I agree with you there. Hopefully they can stay on earth. hopefully they stay on earth, ESGN. We don't see Jackson
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba doing things we haven't seen before all over the football field for the Rams. I mean, you already saw Kenneth Walker doing stuff that he hasn't been doing all year long, right, with a huge gain on the screen pass. So we're hoping they stay down to earth. As Stafford here to start the second quarter, 2nd and 8. Ball is at the 32-yard line in Seahawks territory. Stafford launches the football down the field, wide open. Puka Nacua overthrown from Stafford. A rare miscue from your MVP caliber quarterback. Just a few yards ahead of Puka, but Puka with an incredible route here. Just a stutter step and go. He's wide open for a touchdown. And Stafford just overthrows it. Clean pocket. And just a little bit of an overthrow. You hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have him. You have him. That's a clear touchdown. I mean, I do think maybe Puka, if he dives, can maybe get that, but I understand him not going for the dive here. Yeah, great stutter step. Just absolutely breaks the safety's ankles there. About literally just a yard overthrown.
And this Rams team is absolutely running to the football, by the way. While Josh was talking, they want to cut him off. Stafford rifles one into Jordan Whittington over the middle of the field. Absolute amazing catch, throw and catch from Stafford and Whittington. First down Rams on a 3rd and 8. So after an overthrow, Stafford says, you know what, let me get the easy one real quick. And let's get into the end zone on this next possession here. Hopefully this is a nice touchdown, nice finish to the drive, I should say. 1st and 10, 14 minutes to go. Kyren with the handoff. Kyren shakes to his right, runs it up the middle for about a gain of 6 on the play.
All right, we like that. We like that. Now here to start off. We definitely
Kevin Dotson, by the way, ankle injury. He is currently being carted off the football field on my screen. So not great news for your right guard. It looks like Dedich will finish this game. 6-7 will finish this game for Kevin Dotson.
If someone says 6-7 in the chat, you're getting put on timeout for 30 minutes.
Josh is serious about that. Here we go.
I am, but yes, Kevin Dotson. Now I'm seeing him getting carted off. He wasn't in a cast or anything, which is a good sign. That it didn't look like this was some emergency injury. It just looks like they're not putting weight on it right now.
He's been on the sideline for a minute. They still had to cart him off, so that's never a great sign. So we're hoping the best for Kevin Dotson, of course. The Rams don't want to deal with any injuries toward the end of this year, but this team, you trust the backups, you trust what you have on this roster. Next man up mentality, you know that's how they'll approach it. 3rd and 2 now after a quick little couple-yard gain for Kyren Williams. 3rd and 2, 13 minutes to go. Rams down 7-3. Stafford under center. Fakes a snap here. Calling out plays. Looks like Kyren Williams in the backfield. Stafford fakes to Williams. Throws over to his tight end, Davis Allen, who is just not ready to catch the ball. Even if he caught it, that was definitely going to be a loss of 1, maybe even a gain of 0, if anything. So 4th and 2. Another 4th down for the Rams. And they're going for it yet again here. 12-4 down to go. Down 7-3. How you feel about them going for it, Josh?
I mean, when you're inside the 5, I don't blame you. Once you're inside the 5, I think you got to operate like you have 4 downs pretty much every time.
Stafford, 5 seconds to go on the play clock, moves his tight end to the right in motion. Decides to not snap this football. So 4th and 2, the Rams will end up, there's a flag on my screen, but I'm assuming they're going to call a timeout before the flag.
I hope so.
Doesn't look like it. Officials did call delay of game. Amazon puts the graphic for delay of game. So the Rams are just going to take a loss of yards. They're going to take a loss of 5 yards. Maybe Harrison Mevis doesn't like kicking from too close, and they're giving him 5 more yards to kick. Kind of weird, but okay. 4th and 7, Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker out there for your Rams to kick a field goal to bring them down within 1 point of the Seahawks. 92 gets it lined up here. 28-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. The kick is good. And the Rams are down by 1 in this football game. Second quarter, 12:45 to go. How do you feel about that decision?
I mean, I guess they were already going up to the line with that decision in their mind that they weren't going to run a play here, but I fully disagree. I mean, if it's 4th and 2, you should run a play. I mean, Mevis is going to make this, obviously, but it doesn't do you anything to, again, if the defense keeps playing well, you're going to get in the end zone at some point. You've gotten close both times. Like, you should really already have a touchdown, but again, it just doesn't make sense to me. You've been going for all these fourth downs. Once you're inside the 5, I get you want to get points up on the board, but you have to think about what's the best play there. And ESG is saying this is where you missed Devontae. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the
100%.
red zone is where we're going to miss Devontae the most of this week. The good news is that they didn't rule him out for the entire season, that it's only for this game. I mean, we'll wait and see how that goes. But yeah, today we're already feeling the effects of the Devontae Adams injury in the red zone for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's been his bread and butter all season long. It's why the Rams brought him into the organization. It's why he's the leader in receiving touchdowns on the season for the NFL. So, yeah, definitely going to be painful. But this is also, again, you always look at it, blessing in disguise, right? If the Rams absolutely now back-to-back drives, incredible drives on offense, and they can't power it to the end zone, what does that tell you? Well, if Devontae Adams isn't there, it's harder for you to score. Well, we need to figure this out now, right? If Devontae Adams is in there in the playoff game, we can't just be like, well, we'll just kick field goals, right? You got to make sure you're ready to have the play calls here. Get creative, whether it's Puka, whether it's a tight end, whether it's the running backs. Get creative with how you score in the red zone a little bit more. And this could be a blessing in disguise to help you try to get creative in the second half, especially since this first half so far has been 2 field goals back to back.
Yeah. You got to find a way to get a little more creative in there. Again, I liked them going to Terrence Ferguson early. Can see them doing that. Again, Kobe Parkinson's had a touchdown in each of his last few games, so he can be another guy that you go to. Jordan Whittington is a nice big body, too, that you can go to in the end zone for sure. And Puka, obviously, too. That's the one part of Puka's game where he's not used often is in the red zone, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see if they do use him more in the red zone now that Devontae is not there today.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe we can see some Puka tutties today. I'm sure a lot of fantasy owners would love that. Floyd says, yes, looks like we're missing Devontae at this time, although unusual call for illegal man downfield that negated a touchdown in the red zone. Yeah, and that was a great play call. Great play call. If it was Kevin Dotson in there, I think that's a touchdown, right? And unfortunately, the young offensive lineman Dedich had to just kind of made a little simple rookie mistake type of first play on the game. I mean, kind of tough, right? To make a simple mistake like that. Slavic says McVay gonna get too badass and ego will be his downfall. Back end of your name says Niner, so maybe a Niner fan here in the chat. Hate watching the Rams, so you don't like to see it, but we understand it happens.
It does. It does happen. And right now I'm seeing a Sam Darnold experience. The crocodile.
Oh, that was a false start, and they do call it. Sam Darnold snaps the ball and just immediate false start. Immediate false start for the Seahawks. So like far, that's a great start. I mean, that was a ridiculous play if you see it. Don't mind me if I'm eating some snacks over here. I'm starving, so I had someone bring me some.
Oh, yeah. How do you... You're at home. How do you start that early at home?
Seattle getting nervous playing the Rams.
What are we snacking on, though? We got to know what you're snacking on, though.
I'll let you know after this play here. 1st and 15, 12:45 to go. Ball at the 30 in Seahawks territory. Darnold gets sacked. Gain of 1. They might give him a gain of 1 there. He gets away from it, but a lot of pressure from the Rams defense. Flying all around. Darnold tries to step up in the pocket, ends up getting tackled. I'm snacking on apples right now.
Okay. All right. Healthy route.
Someone had to cut it up for me. If you want to look at the camera, someone had to cut up the apples for me. Nice, so cute, you know. It was a gain of 1 for Darnold. 2nd and 14 here. 12:05 to go. 5 on the play clock. Darnold in the shotgun. Sends Kenneth Walker in motion. Darnold drops back the pass. Looking, runs up the middle yet again. But this time, he is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Sack Nate Landman on the play. Great little QB spy kind of action for Landman. He's able to stop Darnold from getting any yards to gain on that play.
Yeah, I'm about to see this right now here. Pretty much let the play clock go down to 0. Yeah. Just nothing there. Again, I don't know who Sam Darnold thought he was there for a second. He does not have the best speed. Nate Landman obviously reads that beautifully. Darnold was not going to beat him in any universe. If we were to Doctor Strange it and do a million different universes, Sam Darnold is still not beating him in any of them there. So definitely a good play there by Landman. Get them off the field early once again. And now for this Rams offense, if you get in the red zone,
Yeah.
got to get in the end zone this time. You got to get 6 here.
Yeah, Seahawks will be punting this ball after a nice little screen pass to Kenneth Walker on third down. Gains a good, solid amount of yardage, but not near the first down marker. So, offensive lineman there for the Seahawks. He's tapping his chest saying, my bad, my bad. Well, it is your bad, and now it's another 3 and out for this Seahawks offense. Back-to-back 3 and outs now. After a little shaky start from the Rams defense, now they come out rolling here. Dixon, the punter, kick is up for the Seahawks. Rams, the return man here, Xavier Smith, it looks like, who catches at about the 8-yard line. He's running past the 10, past the 15, past the 20, running wide right. He gets more yards and slips. He trips up. But gets a huge gain for the Rams. Great return there from your return man, Xavier Smith. Incredible return. Great field possession for the Rams. 7-6. You saw Sean McVay getting super hyped on the sideline as well. So you understand how important this game is for this entire team.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to get stopped there pretty quickly anyway, because I don't think he was getting out of all those defenders, but still, absolutely an amazing return. What was that? Close to a 30-yard return, something like that. An absolutely amazing play there from Smith. Really getting your team hyped up there, giving the Rams a shorter field to work with. Maybe that'll allow them to get into the end zone this time, take the lead. So, and keep in mind, the Seahawks will start with the ball. We missed it. Unfortunately, we're not live yet, but the Rams did start with the ball on the first drive of the game.
Yeah, that is huge here. You want the Rams to try to score before the half.
Yes.
Hopefully run some clock at the same time as well, so the Seahawks don't have too many chances here. But so far, so good for the Rams. Still down by 1, though. And we talked about this last game as well, right? The Rams had turned the ball over, or made Sam Darnold turn the ball over 4 times. 4 interceptions through the air. And yet the Rams still only won by 2. So this game is still close, no matter how close it is, right? No matter how good the Rams are playing. This Seattle team is always going to be hanging around, I think. And that's one thing the Rams need to know and continue to be aggressive all throughout this football game.
Yeah, they do. They got to continue to be aggressive. This is going to be another close, hard-fought game as well. You win this game, the division is pretty much yours. Not yet set in stone, though. You got to win your next 2. The Rams win today, and they win on the 29th against the Falcons. They will win the division regardless, and then we'll see if that's enough to get the 1 seed. The game to look out for later this week is Bears-Packers. If the Bears win that game, then the Rams most likely are going to have to play everyone still in Week 18. But if the Bears lose and the Rams win today, then the Rams will have a decent advantage there. And as long as you win your next 2, then you will get the 1 seed automatically. So you got to look out for that Bears game as well coming up on Saturday.
Great information to know for sure, Josh. Appreciate you sharing that. Look at the remaining schedule here for the Rams and Seahawks on my screen. Falcons, Cardinals for the Rams. Panthers, Niners for the Seahawks. So
the 2 tougher games. I mean, as we know, the Panthers could be tough, although they somehow got swept by New Orleans. So definitely interesting. I mean, the Niners have a tough schedule. The Colts, I mean, may not be tough, but the Bears game is going to be tough. And the Seahawks game for the Niners, that could be a winning you're in type of scenario for that game. You lose your out for the Niners. That's what that game could be like for them. So, yeah, definitely still playing for a lot.
Don't disrespect Phillip Rivers, man. He's back. He's going to take the Colts to beat the 49ers.
I mean, we even want that. That helps us.
Yeah. So, with a win here, the Rams have an 89% chance of the number 1 seed in the NFC. So, that's great for the Rams. You want to see that happen after a Kyren Williams run. It's another Kyren Williams run here on second down. This one actually might be Blake Corum. They all look the same. You guys know how that goes with these running backs. It was Blake Corum. He gets the first down for the Rams on 2nd and 2. By the way, on the day, it looks like Kyren Williams, 10 rushes, 35 yards. Not the greatest, but not too bad. 4 receptions for Puka, 74 receiving yards. 8 for 13 for Matthew Stafford. with over 140 yards, it looks like, through the air. 1st and 10, 9 minutes to go in this second quarter. The Rams have the football at about the 49-yard line in Seahawks territory. Handoff to the running back. Looks like it's Corum yet again, and he gets a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, Rams doing a good job running the ball here on this drive. I do expect some more passing a little bit soon, but the Rams, especially the last few weeks, have leaned more into that run game, and it's really helped this offense be more balanced as the year's gone on.
We're watching right now some highlights. The play action has been huge for the Rams. And you said it sets it up with the run game being successful. Offense so far for the Rams, 15 minutes of time of possession, just 5 minutes for the Seahawks. Stafford drops back to pass, throws it over the middle to Kyren Williams, who gets a gain of about 4. It's going to be a 3rd and short here for the Rams. Second quarter, 8:24 to go. Clock is ticking.
All right, yeah, I'm just seeing that graphic you were talking about. Yeah, that is crazy. The Seahawks only had the ball for 5 minutes.
Yeah, crazy. Great first drive. Hasn't been much since. Now, the Rams here. 3rd down. Seahawks defense has been great, by the way. Rams are 1 for 6 on 3rd down here in this game. They are not even near field goal range, so you want to get a 1st down here. Stafford in shotgun. Sends his tight end in motion. Hands off to Kyren Williams, who powers through some Seattle defenders for a 1st down and a little bit more. 4 more yards past it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Getting closer and closer to the thicker kickers' field goal range.
Well, they shouldn't be thinking field goal here. You got to be thinking to get 6.
Agree with you there. Want to make sure you get points up for sure on this drive, but agreed. You want to get in the end zone. Frederick said Colts are good. I don't know.
I mean, they're not awful. It's just, if they had everything working for them the way they did, in October, if they were getting October's version of the Colts, then yeah, they'd be looking amazing. But with the way they are now, I think that team is a little deflated after the Daniel Jones injury, as any team would be, because it was just so unfortunate to watch. And he may be out all of next year. They say he's going to be ready week 1. Highly doubt that, because it's an Achilles, not an ACL.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the Colts, I thought they were going to lose out right when that happened, and I still do believe that, unfortunately for them.
Kyren Williams with a nice little shimmy shake for a gain of 9. Looked great, looked really explosive on that run. He's looked incredible, and he's going to be huge for the Rams throughout their playoff run. If he can continue to run like this, the Rams will be in a good spot on offense. Stafford under center, 2nd and 1. Ball is at the 27-yard line.
By the way, that was Blake Corum on that run.
Hands off to Blake Corum yet again for a gain of about 2 or 3, 1st down. What happened?
Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was Kyren too, but I saw Krim in chat say it was Corum. That's how I got to that one.
Yeah, Krim says Corum has improved so much. 100% agreed there. He's playing so well this year.
Yes.
Les Snead, Rams general manager, is in the building in a suite, watching this game intently.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big game. I don't know if you saw this too, Josh, but last night the Rams plane got a bit delayed, so it was a good thing they were able to get up on time too.
I did see that as Stafford throws over the middle of the field to Kyren Williams, who has a nice stiff arm on the safety, but this young safety, I forget his name for the Seahawks. Imanwari, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Great tackle from the rookie. Rookie, right?
I
young player?
believe, yes.
Either way, young guy, nice tackle. Kyren had put a great stiff arm, but just outreached him there to bring Kyren down over the middle of the field. So still gain of 6, but a great tackle from Imanwari for Seattle. 2nd and 4 here. 5:14 to go. Stafford snaps the ball already. I couldn't even see the lineup, and he gets it over the middle of the field. I believe that's either Xavier Smith or Kanata Mumfield. It is Kanata Mumfield. And Stafford and this offense are absolutely rolling. It's like reminding me of early Aaron Rodgers days, of how he just kind of always would get up and snap the ball immediately, and almost like the cameramen weren't even ready for him to snap that ball. I mean, Stafford, I couldn't even see what the Rams were lined up in, and he snaps that football and gets it right into Kanata Mumfield. You like the speed in which the Rams offense is playing right now.
Well, now I can slow it down a bit on 1st and goal, because you don't want to give Seattle the entire time left unless you stop them. Floyd saying, here we go, red zone offense. Yeah. This is the more normally you're not concerned for the Rams. With how Devontae it is doing to be concerned tonight, though.
But the handoff would make some sense because you want to run a little bit of clock at least, and they do hand it
Yes.
off to Kyren Williams up the middle, who gets a nice gain of about 6 on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Rams at about the 4-yard line. Maybe we're talking about the 3. We'll see what it looks like right now when we see what this ball spotted in just a second. But 4 minutes to go. 2nd and goal. Rams down by 1. A touchdown would be nice. We'll wait and see on what the call is here and who to target. No Davante Adams in this game, so you got to get creative. Ball's at the 4-yard line for the Rams. 2nd and goal. It's actually at the 3. Stafford drops back the pass, looks to his left. It's the rookie, Terrence Ferguson. Touchdown, Rams. That's his 2nd touchdown of the day, but first official one after one was called back earlier. Terrence Ferguson looks like he's the big body guy in the red zone. Davante Adams loves to see it. He's high-fiving his teammates, high-fiving his coach on the sideline. And Stafford, just a great play action call. Looks to his right, pretty much looking at Terrence Ferguson the entire way. Gets a nice, easy touchdown pass for the Rams.
Yeah, easy. Easy is the right way to say it there. A 6-minute, 41-second drive. Took up a lot of time off the clock, which is exactly what they wanted to do. Andres saying they're just punishing the defense, which is exactly right. That really is what they're doing. ESG is saying, welcome to the NFL. Yeah,
Welcome.
everyone looking great. Ferguson there just got wide open on E-Man Moore. Just no one around him. Just another amazing play call from Sean McVay there. Now the Rams take 12-7 lead. On my screen, Mevis hasn't made it yet, but I'm assuming he will when he does.
Yeah.
13-7 Rams lead. Now if you can get a quick stop again on the Seahawks, you can get the ball back here and push for even more points.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the key there, again, is the Rams playing so well on offense. That's so huge for them, right? We knew that's obviously their strength. It's been their strength all year, but without Davante Adams, can you maintain your foot on the gas? And I hate to keep bringing it up, but to me, the off-the-field stuff with Puka was kind of a little bit of a concern of like, hey, is this team on offense going to be flowing, or is there a little bit of distraction going on? Their plane gets delayed. I mean, so many things it felt like happened these last couple of days. Mind you, the Rams just played on Sunday, right? So all these things kind of in a huge game, right, versus Detroit. So all these things kind of happening for the Rams, building up for them to maybe you would think, okay, it's you have excuses if the offense isn't ready to go. Yet they look ready to go. They're on fire. They're still rolling in this football game. You love to see it against a Seahawks defense that by all means is not a bad defense. They're flying all over the football field. You're not 11-3 without a good defense. And so this defense is good, but the Rams are still just rolling through this defense easily, it feels like, and that's what you'd love to see.
Yeah, they are super easy. They're playing really well right now on the offensive side. The defense as well, besides the first drive, has been great. The last 2 drives the Seahawks have had the ball, it's been absolutely nothing. Again, the Rams pretty much have had the ball for what looks like almost 80% of the game so far, which I don't think that's going to stay, just because, again, the Seahawks have been better, and I do see them doing something different, just because, again, Mike Macdonald's a good coach. They have a good offensive coordinator. I expect some changes there. But overall, again, for the Rams, now if the red zone offense can get clicking, the Rams playing exactly how they have this entire season.
Yeah, 100% what you want to see. Maria says, let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Frederick says, yes, in Jesus' name. ESG says, and no Kevin Dotson. That's a huge note as well to pay attention to, right? Yes, no Davante Adams, but now Kevin Dotson out with an ankle injury earlier in this football game. Huge loss for the Rams. And yet, again, still rolling, looking like they did not miss a beat.
No, yeah, they look like they didn't miss a beat at all, which is definitely important here as this gets going. And now we're seeing a video of Kobe Turner playing some piano. Looking good.
Yeah, Floyd, I really agree with you, right? Rams are dominating. The score doesn't show it yet, but they are. I agree, actually. The Rams feel like they're dominating this football game, yet the score is a lot closer than it feels. Well, the defense can continue that by getting another stop here. Another 3 and out would really be dominant, but if it's not a 3 and out, you definitely want to see the Rams hold the Seahawks to 0 points here to end the half. 3:43 to go. Nice field position for the Seahawks. They're at the 35-yard line already in Seahawks territory. Darnold drops back. He hands the ball, a little bit of a delayed handoff, but hands off to Zach Charbonnet, who gains 1 yard on the play. Gets stood up by this Rams defense.
Hey, for the Rams right now, you don't have to use your timeouts just yet. Again, if you get a 3 and out, you're going to get the ball back with a decent amount of time left, and you can just take up the rest of the half. I'm about to see this delayed handoff. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird handoff sequence. That was pretty easy to tell that was going to be a run to Puka Nacua and Desjuan Johnson. Nope, that was actually Tyler Davis and Desjuan Johnson in there on the stop. Chris Shula, by the way, having an amazing game so far today.
Yeah, great job adjusting from that first drive for Shula. Darnold in the shotgun. Kenneth Walker to his left. Snaps the ball. Does not see Kobe Turner coming, and Kobe Turner gobbles him up for a sack. Incredible play from your interior defensive lineman after he just got highlighted playing the piano on Amazon. They're showing some of his other skill sets. He says, I can play football too. Don't forget about that part. Huge sack from Kobe Turner. Great celebration. This Rams defense is on the verge of another 3 and out for this Seattle offense.
Yeah, again, Kobe Turner pretty much got in there unblocked from what it looked like. ESG saying Rams are hungry for Darnold. Yeah, they are. Most teams should be, because this is how we can do. Because gets right by the rookie Zabel, who's been so good this year for them. But yeah, again, Kobe Turner, one of the best sack celebrations in the league, in my opinion. With the
the Rams. Don't mean to cut you off, Josh, but the Rams. Darnold pretty much gives up on this drive and says, here you go, Kenneth Walker. Here's a nice little simple handoff. But Kenneth Walker spins out of the tackle and gets a first down on 3rd and 16. He's able to spin off of a couple of Rams defenders. Byron Young, you got to make that tackle, Byron Young. Come on, what are we doing? Doesn't make it. Kenneth Walker explodes for a first down just as we hit the 2-minute warning. So the Rams dominant. Simple mistake there. Simple missed tackle. Kenneth Walker explodes for a first down. The Rams on defense got to come back and get ready to roll here.
Yeah, Byron Young and Nate Landman. You got to make, and Cam Curl. All three of you should have had him down. ESG saying they fell asleep. It looks like they did fall asleep for a little bit. I got to be honest there. That should have been a 3 and out. Rams should have the ball back right now, and now it looks like you're going to get the ball back with not that much time left at all, if at all.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts there. You wanted to see a 3 and out there. You get the football back. You put another touchdown on their head, and all of a sudden, this game is out of hand. Now, it's tough, right? Andres saying it was luck.
Yes.
I mean, a little bit of skill from Kenneth Walker. Give him some credit. I think the Rams fell asleep as well. But yeah, I mean, in that particular moment, I think the Rams defense thought they're going to run it, and then they just weren't able to make the tackle. Got lazy on the tackle there, and obviously let him go for a first down. So, not ideal, but hold them to 0 points here, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, just not ideal there whatsoever, really. So, definitely a bit more of an interesting way now they're going to end this half. From what it looks like, the Rams were going to have the ball, make a nice defensive stand, but instead your defense kind of falls asleep a bit. First bad play for the defense since the opening drive of the game. It was going to happen at some point, as I said. Seattle was not going to go 3 and out in the rest of the game, but when you're starting to get pressure on Darnold now, though, which is a good sign, I do think that can continue. Floyd saying you have to make that tackle. You're missing opportunities when you let something like that up. I agree. ESG saying don't celebrate till after the 3 and out. Yeah, fair point. I celebrated too early. I'll take that one.
That's our bad. I think I might have celebrated a little bit too. You're right, ESG. Got too excited. Even Darnold thought that drive was dead. He handed the ball over, and he was walking to the sideline thinking that it was over. Great play from Kenneth Walker. Bad tackling from the Rams defense. Fell asleep, like we said. So, fine. Sucks. We got to be more careful next time with our celebration. You're right, ESG. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, if that's 3rd down, we will celebrate. But yeah, I mean, even when you hand the ball off on 3rd and 16 to Jonathan Taylor, you still think the drive is over just because it's 16 yards on one play is not easy to get for anybody. So
yeah, ball is at the 46-yard line in Seattle territory still. Darnold on the center, hands off to Kenneth Walker, who just had an explosive run. He ends up just running it outside, fighting for extra yardage, gets about a gain of 5 on the play. By the way, time now to tell everybody. Josh has been doing this last couple weeks. Now it's my turn. Kenneth Walker on my fantasy team in my starting lineup in my 1 league that I'm alive in still for the playoffs in the semifinals, he is my running back. So I am definitely rooting a little bit for some yards here and there from Kenneth Walker. Wasn't too mad about that first down, to say the least. Darnold in the shotgun. Hands off, a delayed handoff to Kenneth Walker yet again, who fights his way probably for another first down, actually. Wow, great second effort from Kenneth Walker. They're going to mark him a yard short. If you're Seattle, you would maybe consider challenging that. Look at he fell past the first down marker, but it's going to be 3rd down and 1, and Darnold just QB sneaks it past for a first down. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. First down for the Seahawks. They are at about the 47-yard line in Rams territory now, but right at that midfield mark.
Yeah, I'm behind you. I just saw the Kenneth Walker play. That was a clear first down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they didn't call that a first down. That is absolutely a first down. Yeah, then Sam Darnold getting it there. And you said he was rooting for someone. I have JSN.
Yeah.
In fantasy, and he has 0 points for me.
Not a great start. Not a great start.
No, not don't even need a touchdown. Just give me a catch. Just give me something. I get a point if you catch the ball. Just catch the ball.
Through JSN's first 15 weeks, 110 yards a game. Tonight, 0 yards for Jackson Smith and Jigba. So great to see that from Josh in a playoff moment for him in fantasy football. I'm pretty ecstatic of that. 1st and 10. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go here in this first half. Darnold in the shotgun. Ball at the 43-yard line now, actually. Charbonnet gets the handoff. He's going to fight his way for a gain of about half a yard, if that. So this Rams defense is all over the run game for Seattle. Couple miscues here and there, but so far so good for this Rams defense in stuffing these running backs. Looks like Seattle might have called their first timeout of the half. So it's going to be timeout Rams, actually. And McVay saying, my bad. So don't know why he would have called timeout there. He seemed to feel like it was a mistake as well. And he does call timeout. So, and both teams only have 2 timeouts remaining.
I mean, we like that both teams have an equal amount of timeouts remaining now, but just not very weird call there by McVay to call time. I mean, did he just, I don't know what he was doing. Did he?
Not sure what he was thinking.
Maybe he's hungry as well. Maybe he's going to have a quick halftime snack as well. I mean, he did have a baby this week. I can't believe I forgot to cover that in one of my videos. But Sean McVay just had his second child, so he's definitely probably a little bit tired heading into today's game. So maybe he's going to have a halftime snack as well to get a little more energy too.
ESG says Darnold shook. They're going to start running it. Well, Darnold right now, he's running it himself. He gets it outside of the pocket to his left, runs all the way down the field for a gain of 5. Nothing too crazy. But what I was going to say was Darnold 3 for 5 on the day. He's not throwing the football at all. So maybe Darnold is shook, ESG. Maybe you are right. He's a little bit shook here. He's not really throwing the football much at all today. Flag on the play. Officials are saying it's a holding on the defense.
Oh.
So looks like Wallace on the play. Shaheed, little shake and bake action. Oh, I do not see a hold. I do not see a hold on the play. And
I'm going to watch the replay here in a sec and give you my take as well.
They give the Seahawks yardage, and now a first down.
Let's see. They're calling it on Josh Wallace.
Byron Young's offsides, by the way, right now. I don't know what he's doing. 51 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Darnold snaps the ball, looks over the middle of the field. Cooper Kupp over the middle, fumbles the football. He fumbled the football into the end zone. Kobe Durant picked it up. Kobe Durant picks up the football. It was a clear fumble from Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp still a Ram at heart. The Rams with the football, and the timeout was a great call from McVay as the Rams have 2 left with 43 seconds remaining. Kobe Durant, recovery clear. Cooper Kupp, quick slant over the middle of the field. Nice little stutter step, catches wide open, huge play, and then just gets the ball knocked out. Cameron Curl, helmet on the ball, and Kobe Durant picks it up in the end zone. Rare
an absolutely amazing play there. Shout out Cooper Kupp, man. He knows what he needed to do there. Shout out Cooper, and shout out Cam Curl. Let's see this route though. Absolutely routed up Josh Wallace there, but yeah, Cam Curl just coming in. I believe that was actually Cam Kitchens that got the ball out there on a second little hit there.
McVay.
Again, that was, nope, it was Cam Curl.
McVay.
The ball was already out by the time Cam Kitchens got there. Yeah, what a great play there by Cam Curl. And good play on Cooper Durant for not trying to get up right away and run it, for just letting his momentum carry him into the end zone for this to be a touchback. A nice idea. And Cinnamon saying good evening, Rams fans. Good evening, Cinnamon. Hope you're having a good day / evening as well. ESG saying much love to Cooper. Yeah, we all still love Cooper Kupp over here in LA. And now for the Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, by the way, just saw a graphic. The 12th lost fumble of the year, the most in the NFL.
By the way,
bit of a weird stat to lead it. I would not have expected the Seahawks to be number 1 in that stat.
Really important here. Mike McDonald's pretty upset with the officials. He's saying that Kobe Durant recovered this football at the 1-inch line, 1 yard line. Like, he should be down there. Terry McAuley is going over the rules right now because Durant rolls into the end zone. You're hoping it's a touchback if you're a Rams fan because you don't want this ball at the 1 yard line with only 40 seconds remaining. So depending on where they spot this ball is a huge difference here. Durant, of course, I don't care. Just pick the football up. But very interesting to see what the call will be here for the Rams in terms of will they score points to end this half or not. Again, McDonald looked pretty upset. Officials going over this, looking this over and right now. But incredible play from Curl and incredible recovery from Durant. But Cooper Kupp, you kind of look like he was leaning into the helmet a little bit. They do say it's a touchback, but the officials are calling a timeout here. I think
this is a touchback defense. Because if I'm not mistaken, the rule is he's not down by contact yet.
I agree with you.
He's not touched.
I agree with you there. So second timeout from Seattle. Maybe they want their officials to look at this. I don't know. But a timeout from Seattle here. So 1st and 10. Ball is going to be the 20-yard line from the Rams because of the touchback after the Kobe Durant recovery in the end zone. They're looking this over and over again. I think it's a touchback because he's not touched, but I didn't hear McCauley say the rules there, so I'm not really sure exactly what the rules are. But so far, so good.
To me, this was a clear touchback. Again, he's not down. He's clearly, his full body's in the end zone.
And the refs say yes, too. Shotgun from Stafford, ball at the 20-yard line for the Rams. Throws it deep down the field, and it's caught. Oh, it's dropped. Oh, my goodness. Nearly caught by Kanata Mumfield. I got to say this again. If that's Devontae Adams, it's a catch. But what an attempt. Jumps up, and the ball was in his hand and just couldn't bring it down. Incredible jump, catch. It's good. It's in his hand, but Job, the defender, rips it out of his hand before he even hits the ground. You got to give the cornerback credit. That's just a great play by the cornerback because that ball was caught.
Yeah, he has the ball there for most of the way down too. I mean, if his back hits before the ball is ripped out, they maybe call this a catch. Let's see how close this is to being a catch. Let's see. Yeah, the ball is out before he does hit the ground. Yeah, that's just a great play from the corner. But you do need to hang on to that, though, if you're Mumpfeld.
100%, but great play by the corner. And then it looks like Larry Jackson limping a little bit. He's going to stay in this game, but it doesn't look like he's walking super comfortably right now. So a weird handoff as well. Stafford with the outstretched handoff again to Kyren. Back-to-back games, we've seen that happen. Decent little gain there, but we're going to now have to wait and see if the Rams can put up points. Harrison Mevis is on the sideline watching, trying to see if he has a chance here. But Cooper Kupp fumble to end this half, helps the Rams to get a chance to possibly put some points up with 30 seconds remaining, 2 timeouts. Stafford snaps the ball, just hands it up the middle to Kyren. Don't love the play call. Kind of gave up on this drive. It's going to be nothing for the Rams. So 4th down here. Seattle going to let this clock run. They have no timeouts left. And the Rams are going into the half 13-7 with the lead. You'll take that ending opposed to the Seahawks scoring there to end that first half and getting the football back to come out of halftime.
Yeah, I understand what they were doing. You don't want to give them the ball back. You don't want to do any stupid plays on 3rd down to potentially cause a turnover. But Yeah, overall, I mean, you're up 13-7. Again, you're going to half with the lead, so I do understand. But again, kind of, I didn't agree with that. I think you got to try to go for points there. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I mean not points, but I mean 3rd and 5, throw the football. Yeah, at least like try to. You have 2 timeouts in your pocket. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't like the giving up a little bit there.
I would like to just see a pass attempt there, but either way, it's fine. The Rams have the lead at halftime. They're up 13-7. Got some chats here to catch up on. Let's see. Undresses for the 12 stadium to be this quiet reminds me when Todd ran TF out of them. Remember that game was like 40-0 at one point.
I do remember that game. Yeah,
It's crazy, crazy game.
it was indeed.
That was a long second quarter, says Frederick. It really was a long one, and actually reminds me, I need to use the restroom real quick. I almost said now. Let me use the restroom real quick. You want to take over, Josh, for a second?
Yes, I can take
us some
over
stats, maybe?
for a little bit there. Yes, I can give us some stats from the game. So looking at the box score for the Rams, Stafford 12 for 18, 167 yards and a touchdown. Kyren 14 for 49, Blake Corum 9 for 37, and Stafford with 1 carry for 4 yards. Blake Corum already a lot better on the ground today. Puka Nacua 4 for 74, Mountfeld 2 for 30, Davis Allen 1 for 27, Winnington 1 for 19, Williams 2 for 11, Ferguson 2 for 6 with a touchdown. Kobe Durant with the fumble recovery. Cam Crow leading the team in tackles, Layman with a sack, as well as Kobe Turner, 2 sacks already for the Rams. Defense, Kupp with the fumble for Seattle. For Seattle, Sam Darnold only 6 pass attempts on the day. He is 4 for 6 for 72 yards, 63 net yards with the sacks. For rushing, Kenneth Walker, 5 for 35. He's been decent running the ball, so is Charbonnet, 4 for 15, and Sam Darnold is 3 for 7. Rams receiving, Kenneth Walker, 1 for 46. Cooper Kupp, 2 for 18. Tight end A.J. Barner, 1 for 8. JSN has 1 target and no catches, no yards. Rashid Shaheed, absolutely nothing. Seattle defense, Eman Mori already has 7 tackles. So does Drake Thomas. Ernest Jones with 6 as well. Job with 5 as well. So a lot of people on the Rams defense, on the Seahawks defense, I should say, making a lot of good plays. As we got some chats to catch up on. Floyd saying better to be ahead than behind, but hopefully the Rams also stick to the pattern of adjustments. Made it halftime and dominate the second half. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree with that. And ESG saying, wow, a QB with 6 attempts and a half does not want to throw. No, he does not. He's having a Jalen Hurts-esque game in the sense of not throwing the ball much. I get the weather is not great for passing, so again, I'm not expecting all these teams to have 35 pass attempts, but you should have more than 6 pass attempts and a half, though, for sure. But overall, a solid half for the Rams, doing everything. Matthew Stafford, this is an MVP game to me. If he has a good game, he has a good second half. I do think the MVP is going to end up being his. I think this is the game where he can really kind of seal up the award, and then he just plays well against Atlanta, and then it's really his for sure, with Drake May not having a great game at all last week. And I know I've been seeing a lot of Josh Allen hype for the MVP award as well, but Josh Allen's very good. I am not going to discredit him as a fellow Josh. I really like what Josh Allen does. He's going to be having a baby soon as well, but overall, he had a very bad month this season for his standards, and that's not really what an MVP can do. Looking at some stats that the Prime broadcast has shown me, the Rams have run 42 plays, Seahawks 20. The Rams have 257 total yards. Seahawks have 120. Rams 1 for 3, though, for red zone touchdowns, drives, and Seattle's 1 for 1. And the Rams have had the ball for over 15 minutes more than the Seahawks have so far. The Seahawks do start off with the ball, as a reminder, in the second half, which is definitely going to be big as well. So the Rams defense is going to have to be ready for that one like they were against the Lions. And they're showing some outlets. Puka Nacua with that catch on Josh Jobe, I think was the best player of the half, along with the fumble. Jobe, in my opinion, probably should have intercepted that ball, even though it was a penalty, because if he plays that the right way, I think that is picked. But overall, Rams, again, having a very, very solid half right now. And as we look at, some other sports news, too, since it is halftime, we can kind of go into that a little bit. Obviously, the Lakers currently playing the Jazz right now, so don't turn this one off. We will be score watching. The Jazz currently have 41 points in the first quarter against the Lakers.
Oh, yay. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, they're down 41-31. No DeAndre Ayton tonight for the Lakers either, as Reeves is still out. Luka's got 14. LeBron's got 4. Hayes has 4. Smart has 5. Vanderbilt and Laravia each have 2 for the Jazz. Everyone who's playing has at least like 5. And no Lauri Markkanen either for Utah. Not that I look at the box score there, which is not what you want to see whatsoever. And Floyd in chat again saying the Seahawks could be even further behind had the touchdown not been overturned by a penalty on a legal man downfield. Plus, if Stafford had not overthrown Puka Nacua, who was wide open. Yeah, honestly, the Rams, the other touchdown should have been a touchdown. That was not a legal man downfield. But yeah, if you throw that right to Puka, this game is pretty much over already. With those 2 plays going their way. But Josh, something I talked about while you were gone was that the Prime broadcast showed some stats, and they had the Rams have 257 total yards of offense. Seattle has 120 total yards of offense here in this first half. And Darnold only threw 6 passes in total.
That's what I'm saying. It's night and day, and it's interesting to see. Like, to me, we hear about the Seahawks all year long. We hear about their 11-3 record, and so far now, back-to-back games we played them, I don't see an 11-3 team. I don't see a team. To me, it's not really a conversation. Like, I think the Rams are the better team. I think the Rams have shown time and time again they are the best team in the NFL. You lost some games, you lost some rough ones. You lost against Carolina. It wasn't a great game for you, but aside from that, I feel like the Rams have consistently, game in and game out, the offense. I mean, it's been a while for me. I mean, am I wrong to say? Like, it's been a while to see we've seen an offense this good. I mean, aside from, like, outside of Mahomes and what they did, like, last couple of years going to so many Super Bowls, this offense is consistently just flowing week in and week out, regardless of who's on the field at this point, right? No Devontae Adams, doesn't matter. Puka Nacua missed some games, doesn't matter. Quorum balling out for you as well. Rather than Kyren, cool, that's fine. Now you have 2 guys that are balling, right? Your tight ends, is it Parkinson? Is it Allen? Is it Higbee's out? Oh, it doesn't matter. Terrence Ferguson now. So, like, so many guys are stepping up for the Rams and playing well for them, and it's like any guy you slot in here is playing well. Quorum, career year. Parkinson, career year. Ferguson obviously as a rookie, right, showing some flashes now, getting to a point where he's playing really well. So this team as a whole, it just, whatever guy they plug in is just absolutely playing fantastic football, and even down to the offensive line, right? No Dotson, it almost doesn't matter. Dedich doing just as well, a good enough job at least in his place. So overall, aside from that penalty, by the way, but overall, yes. I think this Rams team is just showing their dominance again here on Thursday Night Football. And if you're watching this game again, the score is not really telling you the full story here. The Rams have just been dominant.
Yeah, they really have. They really have. Something else to note, though, for Seattle is that they are without Elijah Arroyo as well. They're rookie tight ends. They are without someone who they do like to throw the ball to a lot. And Torrey Horton, who's had some big games for them as well, is also out as a wide receiver. So, again, Shaheed, they really haven't used, in my opinion, as much as they probably should. Frederick is saying Seattle will answer the bell. Watch and see. I mean, I do expect Sam Darnold to throw the ball more. And when you have Jackson Smith and Jigba, you should be throwing him the ball for no selfish reasons there whatsoever. But yeah, besides the point, Rich is saying there's echoing. On whose end is there echoing, Rich?
It's on me. It's my fault. When I have you too loud, your volume, it echoes.
Okay, maybe if we can lower.
No, I lowered you. You're all good. You should be good now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for putting that in chat there.
Yeah, thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if there's any echoing, or if the stream lags for like longer than like a second, because if it's a second, then you should probably just refresh your browser. But if it's lagging for you for like 20, 30 seconds, like definitely let us know, because that could be on our end too.
Please do.
Oh, this is a cool little. That guy's got courage, the Seahawk mascot. There's no chance I'm doing that.
U.S. Archangel says, Let's go Rams. Bunch of hearts, bunch of American flags, bunch of trophies, some medals. Love the energy, love the vibes there. Let's go Rams indeed. And
Yes.
Frederick, you said Seattle will answer the bell. I kind of agree. I think they're going to adjust, but this Rams defense is doing a good job so far. Like Josh said, though, not even selfish reasons, just being logical. If you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, throw the football to JSN. Throw it to him often. Give credit to the cornerbacks. Maybe they aren't letting Sam Darnold feel comfortable enough to throw it that way. Maybe they feel like he's covered, and that's obviously one thing. But if
I will say,
as a Rams fan, he's never covered, right? He's always open. I'm scared. I'm glad they're not throwing him the football because he's always open. If it was like.
yeah, my thing with that is if you're a top level receiver like a Jamar Chase, a Puka, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, like that type of receiver, it's like you really shouldn't be afraid as a quarterback to throw them, unless if they're triple covered. Obviously, you don't give them the ball. That's such a bad read. But if it's a tight one-on-one coverage, then you should be able to trust your receiver to catch that ball. I mean, obviously, Justin Jefferson has J.J. McCarthy, who has not been great this year. He's been better the last 2 games, obviously gritting into the end zone during Sunday Night Football, which was kind of hilarious. But by the way, I love seeing the Cowboys get eliminated by someone gritting on their own end zone. That was pretty funny. but yeah, definitely JSN's in that tier this year. He's been one of the best receivers in the league this year, and I know he's not like a bigger body, but just with the way he runs routes, the way he plays, you got to give him a shot at least. Like you can't just not throw him the ball. I'm not saying he was spamming to him, but like on the opening drive, first play should give him the ball.
Yeah, so at some point, somehow, quick slant, whatever you got to do. I agree with you there. Rich says, "What do you guys think about Puka's appearance on Aiden Ross's stream?" So, talk about this earlier. I didn't really watch the full stream. I had a video that came out. I didn't watch the full stream when I made the video. I've seen more clips now of the stream since, and obviously got a little bit of trouble because of some of the celebration stuff he was doing. That's something that I don't think he intended to do, and so I'm not going to kill Puka Nacua for that. I think it was just it was not. He trusted that this guy wasn't making him do something offensive, but he was doing something offensive.
Also, by the way, not to cut you off, but the Rams trusted them too, because I'm sure the Rams had to, approve this to happen. I mean, I highly doubt the Rams would have been like, "You're gonna do this," and they would have been like, "Okay," like no.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and him being on a stream in and of itself is not bad. Like, if that does not happen, you're not even talking about him being on stream. You're like, okay, cool. It's a fun stream, whatever.
But here's the thing. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know that happened, and I didn't know that part was controversial. But I did say in my video, and I'll say this before we get to the kickoff here, I don't love that he was doing it, trying to get them onto the practice facility or in the practice facility some way, somehow. I don't like that he was doing the stream. Like, that's not a problem, but the fact that he was doing it around this time, right? You had a 4-day window before you have to have the Seahawks battle it out again after you just played against Detroit. So it's a very high-focused, small amount of time that you have to focus in on your football games, and you're thinking about streamers. And that's the one thing I don't love, the timing of the stream. And then obviously you go in and who you chose to stream with, right? You're cool with Aiden Ross, fine, but he is a controversial, no matter how you feel about him, he is a controversial streamer who does questionable things at times. And that is where I don't like that he's doing this midseason, middle of peak football. You're trying to fight for the 1 seed. Very important football. I don't love the timing of it. But again, it didn't affect him so far in this first half. Puka Nacua looked incredible. So good there. But again, go on a live stream, fine. Just do it in your own time. Don't do it in the middle of these important matchups.
Yeah,
and then, not really a big deal. Like I agree with you, Rich, a little bit. Made a mistake. Make that apologize and kind of move forward because the timing is weird, but it's fine. Be on a stream if you want. Just the timing is weird.
Yeah, maybe with someone else. Again, I said this earlier. Like a Kai Cenat or an Aisha Speed would not have had Puka do anything like that.
Yeah, and those guys are controversial.
I mean, it's also the person he, and I'm going to also put some blame on the Rams. I'm sure the Rams had to clear them to be on the facility too.
100% there. Oh my gosh, the blown up play. Puna Ford just showed exactly why he was signed by the Rams. He just absolutely bullies the center. Not even close, but he does not make the tackle, but just incredible show of strength. Doesn't make the tackle on Charbonnet, but oh my goodness, moving him like he's a child. Charbonnet does end up getting tackled for a gain of maybe 2 yards in the play. So 2nd and 8 here, 14:25 to go in this third quarter to start the second half. Rams up by 6. Here we go. Charbonnet catches the football after Sam Darnold makes a couple of fakes here. Over the middle of the field, he gets dropped 1 yard short of the first down. In Seattle territory, approaching that 50-yard marker. So could be 4th down territory for Seattle in such a big game. You don't want to give the football away to the Rams for nothing. But first, 3rd down. Looking like a QB sneak, but it's a tight end at quarterback. 3rd and inches here. Darnold all the way in the back watching this sneak happen. 3rd and inches. The ball is snapped. The ball is well past the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be an easy first down for this tight end after a tight end / QB sneak.
Yeah, again, though, they're not throwing it to JSN whatsoever. I mean, running it first with Charbonnet, cool. I mean, obviously on 3rd and inches, I don't blame you for doing a sneak type of play, but on 2nd and 8, why not give a chance for JSN to get the ball? I mean, JSN's been great. And pretty much in every, again, last week he wasn't that great either against the Colts, but maybe some defenses are figuring out what he and the Seahawks team like to do overall as a whole, and that's maybe slowing them down. I think the Seahawks are going to really have to adjust how they use JSN, and throughout this game, the rest of the
Sorry to cut you off, Josh. Sam Darnold hands off to Kenneth Walker, who breaks out to the outside, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Kenneth Walker. Are you kidding me? I had to cut you off there, Josh. I didn't know he was going to get that much of a gain, but he kept running down the field. A simple handoff to the inside. He jump cuts it outside and absolutely explodes for a huge touchdown. 4 plays, 65 yards for the Seahawks, and it's a touchdown. Kenneth Walker hands it off up the middle, bounces it out right. Incredible show of speed. Kobe Durant can't keep up. No safeties over the top, and it's an easy touchdown for Kenneth Walker. And the Rams are now tied with the Seahawks 13-13, barring an extra point. If this extra point is up, it is good. And the Seahawks with a go-ahead touchdown to start the second half.
Yeah, it's not. That's Floyd said. That's not how I want to start the second half. No, it is not. It's not how I want to have any drive. And I mean, for the Seahawks, it's a great result, but just nobody to that side of the field for the Rams. Kobe Durant and Cam Curl were the only 2 guys with even a shot, and they were starting off from the other side. And that extra point was barely good, by the way. That was a weird one. Weird kick there. But again, the run game got it done on that play. The Rams have done a decent job at stopping the run in that first half. But yeah, this play, Kenneth Walker broke one out for a big run, something he hasn't done really much this year at all. So that might be his best run of the entire season.
I mean, I talked about this pregame with my brothers, actually, talking about fantasy, talking about Kenneth Walker. I said, weird, I'm starting Kenneth Walker. I'm nervous because he's been awful. Kenneth Walker has been awful this year, fantasy football-wise especially. But you look at his last 2 great games. I'll pull this up for you right now on Yahoo especially. Kenneth Walker's last 2 great games. Last one was week 11. Guess who he played? Los Angeles Rams. Today, week 16, already up to 20 fantasy points. 90 rushing yards on 6 attempts for Kenneth Walker. 1 reception, by the way, for 46 receiving yards. So he's having an absolutely incredible game, and the last time he had a good game was against this Rams team. So the Rams at times this season still having flashes of an absolute porous run defense, and that is obviously catching up with them here in this football game. Maybe, of course, the familiarity with the Seahawks as well. Kenneth Walker kind of taking advantage of that. He's played this Rams defense so many times, kind of knows how to beat them a little bit. That familiarity can catch up to you, but overall, not a great way to start the second half.
No, not at all whatsoever. TJ Gregory saying that was horrible pursuit angles. Yes, it was. Yeah, there's really nothing they could have done about that, though. Like, there wasn't much the Rams could have done differently on that play to really catch up to anyone there. So not necessarily ideal. Again, this offense has been rolling, so I do expect the offense to come out on fire to start this half as well. But yeah, not what you want to really see there at all is the Rams get the ball back here for their first drive of the second half.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you there. Kenneth Walker, we talked about top of the game, right? Before this game started, we said Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, they are good running backs, right? They have not played super well, super consistently this year, but they are good running backs. You have to note that if you're the Rams, they do seem to be noting that, right? Kind of trying to hem them in here, but just a couple of great explosive plays from Kenneth Walker in this football game. One in the air, one on the ground. So, the Rams will have the football down by a point. This Rams offense, last time we saw them, was absolutely killing the Seahawks defense. We'll see if the adjustments for the Seahawks defense come through fruition here in the second half.
Johnny's saying the Rams are blowing it. They haven't blown it yet. I mean, they're only down one. It's not like they blew a 25-point lead.
They've been dominant most of this football game. You gave up one touchdown there, bad drive. I'll give them benefit of the doubt here. We'll see if the offense can make me feel a little bit better about saying that, though. 1st and 10, 12:50 to go. Rams get the football at the 27-yard line. Handoff is to Kyren Williams, who just lowers his head and gains about 1 yard on the play. So, again, this is where things get tricky with the Rams, right? They come out of the half. The offense has been absolutely flowing. Stafford has been absolutely throwing dimes all over the football field. Then you force a run here with Kyren up the middle. It just seems like a simple play. Where's the motion? Where's the creativity? Right? That's what I want to see from this Rams team.
Yeah, not much there at all there for Kyren to really do anything with.
15 rushes, 50 yards for Kyren. Not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Stafford in the shotgun, drops back to pass, throws to his left to Davis Allen, who drops the pass, was only going to gain about a yard anyways. So now this Seahawks team absolutely carrying all the momentum on their back right now, as this is not a great start here for the Rams.
No. And Davis Allen, by the way, a few drops today.
A couple of drops. Yeah, you're right. Momentum is shifting, TJ Gregory says. I agree with you there. 3rd and 9, 12:07 to go in this third quarter. A lot of football left to be played. Stafford, nobody in the backfield in the shotgun. Sends Kyren in motion. Snaps the ball, looks to his right, looking right, moves to his left, looking to his right again, throws it deep down the field to a wide open Xavier Smith for a nice catch. If Stafford got a little more, not more air, but threw it downfield a little bit further, could have been a touchdown, as nobody was even close to covering Xavier Smith. Instead, he comes back for the football, catches it for a huge gain for the Rams.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, just a beautiful ball. Yeah, that probably would have been a touchdown. And NC Tate saying, is it shifting still or not? Floyd saying Xavier Smith, very nice. Yeah, that was a great play. That was a great play call by McVay. A really good ball from Stafford. Again, if that's thrown like maybe another half a yard down the field, that might have been a touchdown.
And we're seeing penalty flags maybe, or a timeout, delay of game. Not sure what's going on with this call. Going to be huge here if the Rams are already wasting a timeout. Yes, I would call it wasting if they did. We'll see what it is. They are going to not show us. But the Rams with a huge play there to Xavier Smith. Great throw from Stafford. And you see Devontae Adams on the sideline just going crazy for his teammate. TJ Gregory said one word: speed. Rams W says, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Indeed. Did they just stop the game so we can see Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit? I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, it's not like we don't need to see him, but I feel like that was why they stopped the game.
If no timeout has been called, that's going to be a really annoying TV timeout. We'll see the timeouts at the bottom of the screen. No, the Rams did use their first timeout of the second half. Stafford, under center here, is going to hand the ball off to Kyren Williams, who breaks it off for a nice gain of about 7 on the play. Great blocking up front, maybe too great of blocking, as there's a flag on the play. Wouldn't be surprised to see a holding. And it is holding on the offense. So that play is going to be negated by a flag. Alaric Jackson gets called for the hold. Left tackle out wide left. Gets up there and just kind of wraps his hand around the back of the jersey. Yeah, I've seen worse holding calls. These refs are not calling my favorite calls here today. We'll move on from it, see what Josh's reaction in a second. Stafford under center. Looks like Kyren in the backfield yet again. Fakes the hand. Does hand it off. Flea flicker to Stafford. Throw it to Parkinson with two guys in front of him. Parkinson running down the field to the 20. Huge gain there. It's going to be a gain of like 17 yards on that one. Incredible play from the Rams.
I mean, that was a close holding penalty there from what I saw. I don't know about that one.
Stafford hands off to Kyren, and Kyren just says, "Here you go." Bloop back to his quarterback with a flea flicker, and Parkinson able to do the rest with a couple of huge offensive linemen running ahead of him.
Yeah. Another good play call. Interesting little flea flicker. Didn't expect that. As well, TJ saying, holding on, good old 77. Yeah, Hilaire Jackson is still in the game, which is always good to see. We're going to see if we get any updates on the Kevin Dotson injury as this game goes on, as we keep looking. And Matthew Stafford, by the way, just passed Phillip Rivers for 7th all-time on the passing list. We'll see who ends up higher at the end, of the season.
Now Rivers will be trying to match him and pass him again next time he's out on the field. As Stafford shows some legs, some wheels on that one, gets a whole 1 yard after sprinting out of bounds. He did not actually get too much speed on that run. But Stafford under center here. 3rd and 3 for the Rams. Handoff is to Kyren, who has to shake off one defender, shakes off another, and then slips on the ground. The turf is wet, don't forget. And Kyren was able to shake and bake and avoid one tackle, avoids another, and then just falls. Unfortunate, loses his footing, and the Rams are going to throw Harrison Mevis out on to the field. McVay not happy about it. Coleman Shelton, horrific blocking from the center position.
Yeah, again, number 42. Why are you celebrating? Your defender runner slipped. You didn't tackle him.
The thicker kicker, Harrison Mevis, on 4th and 3 here. 36-yard field goal attempt. Kick. Oh my goodness, weird snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. That was the craziest good field goal I've ever seen. The snap, there was an issue with the snap. It was a hesitation from Mevis. There was a Seattle defender right in his face, and he kicked it straight line in through the goalpost. But the refs say, it's a false start, because that was weird. And it was a weird one.
Andy, how did he just jump over? Fair, wow.
False start. Snap went too early. And yeah, false start. Kick was still
honestly,
good,
that's kind of fine. Oh, yeah, that was a weird. That was definitely weird.
I mean, great.
The fact that Mevis actually got that to go in is quite impressive.
He went under the defender on purpose. That was a great kick from Mevis. He's showing some skill there. So McQuaid making the mistake there. The veteran long snapper. He's going to fix it here at 4th and 8. 8:43 to go. Now a 41-yard field goal attempt for Mevis. Mevis, the kick is up. The kick is right down the middle. It is good. The Rams with a go-ahead field goal from Harrison Mevis to take the lead 16-14. So good kick there. A great offensive possession for the Rams. Got creative on that one. You love to see it. A couple third down pickups as well. Overall, Rams up by 2. That's all that matters. Floyd says the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a weird sequence there to get 3 points, but the Rams did end up getting more points there, retaking the lead 16-14. A much better snap and hold throughout this unit the second time around, for sure.
Agree with you there. Some more chats. TJ was getting nervous on that drive. He said, not mad the flea flicker. Agree with you there. Keep him off balance, McVay. Yeah, man, I mean, don't be basic with the play calls here. You got to be creative. Continue to be creative. That was close, says TJ. Floyd says, isn't that how much they won by last time? Yeah. Rams won by 2
won by 2
time
points
around.
exactly
They're up
last
by 2
time.
as we speak. Don't expect that to be the final score on the board tonight, though. TJ says, our special teams still sucks. I disagree. I think they did a lot better. They're doing a lot. I mean, you got to remember how bad it was. Abysmal the first 4 or 5 weeks of this season. It was atrocious special teams. Am I wrong, Josh?
No, you're not wrong. It was awful.
Floyd says much improved. I agree. Are they the best special teams in the league? No, probably not. I'm fine with this average special teams unit right now.
Yes.
You call them average, call them above average, whatever you want. I'm fine with this as opposed to what we had to start this, and we had to endure to start this season. Every extra point was hold your breath. Let's hold on and wait and see first.
Yeah, that was literally what everyone was doing here on stream in chat. Anyone watching anywhere was like, yeah, you gotta hold your breath whenever this team has a field goal opportunity. But definitely quite interesting how this unit has improved. Again, Jake McQuaid with a rare mistake there, though. And then some other sporting events going on. I'm sure you know, Josh, but tomorrow was Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua in a boxing match. Who you got?
Heard of this? Definitely rooting for Anthony Joshua.
Yes.
My perspective on the fighting and the YouTubers fighting in boxing. I will say this: Jake Paul is a good fighter. He will kick my butt for sure. He's a good fighter. He's an athletic young guy who pays millions of dollars for training. So of course he's going to be pretty good, right? But I do still look at all of the YouTube fights, anything like that, as disrespectful to the game of boxing, the sport of boxing. I couldn't tell you who a good boxer is in the actual boxing, professional boxing is right now. I couldn't tell you one name. Really. I guess Canelo, obviously, right? But like, I couldn't really tell you what's going on in boxing, the world of boxing. But those fights, these YouTube fights, get all the money, all the praise, all the attention, and I don't love that. I feel like it's disrespectful to the actual sport. It's like watching YouTubers play basketball. I'd be like, I want to watch the NBA better, you know?
Well, but like I mean, but the thing is though, is like Jake is taking it seriously though.
Yeah, he is. But fighting, I don't know, fighting retired UFC guys for a long time doesn't really taking it seriously. Now he's fighting
No.
Anthony Joshua. And so now it's different, right? But before this fight, I mean, fighting retired guys,
Yeah.
questionable where these guys look like they're just taking a paycheck to get knocked out. Like, that's kind of what it seemed like, you know, like for some of these guys. There's one UFC guy who came out of retirement, I forgot his name, and he got knocked out immediately.
Yeah, Askren, yeah.
Yeah, you know, come on. That's ridiculous. And then people are making money off millions of dollars off of that, and it's a kind of a lame product in my mind. But if you want to watch, that's up to you. I'm not gonna watch. I'll just check the highlights later, or whatever.
It is on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, it is
there you
free. Not
Maria says, "Come on, dude, really?" I don't know what you're talking about there. Maybe I'm hating on Jake Paul too much. Johnny says Jake Paul by TKO. I mean, I'll root for Anthony Joshua just because he's the real boxer, but.
Yeah, same.
Who knows? Jake Paul's been. Like I said, he's been a good fighter lately. Let's see here. Where else? We still can't feel good about depending on this unit to win the game. Talking about special teams, CJ, I agree with you there. Second and 15, 8:32. Darnold in the shotgun, JSN to his right, Charbonnet to his left. Snap looks over the middle of the field, finally finds JSN for a huge gain. It's going to be a gain of about 21 on the play. First down, Seahawks. Josh isn't happy, but he's not mad.
No, I'm not mad whatsoever. I'm not ecstatic, but I'm again like I'm not mad at it. I got my first fantasy points of the game, so congrats to me. But that's what Darnold should be doing more. Okay, again, not just because I have him, but just because you should be throwing him the ball.
Darnold in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looks to his right. Charbonnet makes the catch out wide, but Josh Wallace, huge play for the Rams to tackle him right where he caught that ball. There's a receiver and tight end trying to block Josh Wallace. He just goes right in between both and makes a huge tackle. Second and 10 here, 7:38 to go. Ball at the 49-yard line in Seattle territory, right at the 50. Darnold under center. Sends the tight end in motion. It's Barner. Fakes the handoff to Charbonnet. No, he gives it to Charbonnet. Charbonnet fights his way for a gain of 3 yards on the play. It's going to be third down now for Seattle. Remember, Rams are up by 2. 7 minutes and 15 seconds with the clock ticking down in the third quarter. Ball at a little bit past the 50, so it will be in Rams territory.
Yeah, big play here. If you hold them to under 2 yards here, they're definitely going to punt because they're not going to go for anything that's more than a 4th and 5 in my eyes here.
Agree with you there. Darnold in the shotgun. Looks like Kenneth Walker to his right. He's been killing the Rams so far when he touches the football. Cooper Kupp, the receiver in motion to his left. Darnold drops back to pass, looking left, intercepted Josh Wallace. Josh Wallace all the way down the field with Braden Fisk blocking ahead of him. Goes right past Sam Darnold. Kenneth Walker with a huge touchdown saving tackle at the 1. But Josh Wallace jumps in front of the pass. Interception. Rams runs all the way down to the 1-yard line. Braden Fisk, lead blocker, gets Sam Darnold the heck out of there. No flags on the play. Darnold drops back to pass, looking Shaheed's way. Cooper Kupp in the area as well. And Josh Wallace reads the eyes of the quarterback, jumps right in front of the pass. Interception down to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Reaches for the end zone, but Kenneth Walker, touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, prime time Sam Darnold, welcome back. There's a reason why he was only throwing 6 passes on the day so far. He just gets right in there easily to Josh Wallace. And Josh Wallace kind of slows up a little bit before he gets right around the 5. If he keeps running, I think he probably gets into the end zone there. He probably should have definitely been in the end zone there for sure. So definitely a great play. TJ saying INT, RMS, Rams win.
Not to cut you off, Josh, but Corum says, you know what? It's okay, Josh Wallace. I'll take care of the rest. He runs it in for a touchdown, Rams, pretty easily. We're going to check the replay, though, because it was right by the goal line. But Corum, oh, my goodness, incredible way to outstretch his arm to get the touchdown. So the Rams get a quick interception on Darnold. An incredible play, by the way, from Josh Wallace, reading the eyes of the quarterback, jumping in front of Raheed Shaheed. Darnold thought he had an easy first down. Instead, it's running the other way. The Rams get a touchdown with Blake Corum. Quick handoff, 1-yard rush to the left for a nice Rams touchdown. So it's 22-14. Thicker kicker here out to put the Rams up by 9. And the kick is up. The kick is good. The Rams up 23-14 in this football game.
Yes, huge. It gives the Rams a separation now here midway through the third quarter. Really important there. And by the way, Josh Wallace, I don't know if you saw it, but it looks like he may have been limping a little bit, or he was just out of breath. So that is something to keep an eye on to see if he is, make sure he's okay from that long run there. Let's see, they're going to show in a replay right now. Let's see if he, nope, they're not. They cut out and they showed Sam Darnold being angry once again. Yeah, just a great play there from Corum to get that arm out to give the Rams the 9-point lead with the Memphis extra point there. As we have some more chats. Krim saying it's over for Seattle. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. TJ says touchdown. Frederick says how much time left. It's third quarter, 6:30 to go. Rams up 9. Greg saying don't throw in those INTs. Yeah, that's what he's been doing. And then Rich saying we own Darnold. Yes, we do. Becca's saying they're not sanctioned fights. They're exhibition. When he starts fighting real fights with current pro fighters in his true weight class, he's just a pro with complex too much money. Yeah, that is partially fair. Although they actually are sanctioned fights. The Mike Tyson fight was not, but the other fights are pro-sanctioned. He does have a pro record. If he had beaten Tommy Fury, he would have actually been ranked in the WBC rankings. A lot of people do forget that, but...
Wait, so he beat Tommy Fury?
No. If he did, he would have been ranked.
I don't follow enough. But this is a huge fight for him. I'm not really
if he wins this, it's wide open. Yeah. Prim says wishful thinking. Yeah, again, a great play there. We knew the interceptions were going to start flowing in at some point, and now they are. Just great now. And if you can get the Seahawks off the field quickly, you get yourself back out there, get another touchdown, you can kind of put this one away here midway through the third quarter. Checking in right now on the Lakers score. It's about to be halftime. High scoring one, 77-70. The Jazz are up. I mean, no defense being played there whatsoever in that one. So definitely quite interesting. Luka with 22 first half points as always. But yeah, definitely interesting game there. But now heading back into this game, though, for the Seahawks. Now that Darnold threw that interception, you saw what happened last time you played this team with the 4 picks. I think they got to just go back to the run game now.
Yeah, I think if you're the Seahawks, right, whatever it is the Rams are doing on defense, Chris Shula seems to have Sam Darnold pretty figured out, right? Last 3 games versus the Rams, 1 touchdown for Sam Darnold, 6 interceptions last 3 games, 623 yards, 64% completion percentage. So not a horrible percentage or yardage, but definitely horrible in terms of the touchdown to interception ratio. So the Rams last 3 games versus Darnold have done a great job against him. Darnold under center here. Charbonnet is the running back in the backfield. Darnold drops back to pass this time, looks over the middle of the field, finds his tight end. Looks like it's probably Barner. I thought I saw a football hit the ground, maybe not. But it is going to be a near first down. One official saying, yes, first down for Barner and the Seahawks. So 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The clock is ticking under 6 minutes here in just a couple seconds. Rams up 23-14. The Seahawks have the football, and they are already at the 45-yard line in Seattle territory. Darnold is going to be under center. Looks like JSN to his left. Darnold gets absolutely popped and nearly intercepted again. Nate Landman just read it a little bit too late, but Darnold absolutely drilled on his pass attempt. Great safety blitz there up the middle. Unblocked man it looked like. We'll see who it is. You see Sam Darnold here under center. Charbonnet in the backfield. Darnold looking down the field. And Omar Speights comes up the middle of the field and just absolutely levels Sam Darnold. Darnold throwing the football while he's hit. Nearly intercepted yet again by Nate Landman. This time, though, 2nd and 10. Darnold drops back to pass in the shotgun over the middle of the field. Finds JSN for another Seahawks first down. So the Rams defense playing well, and then Darnold kind of giving them a little bit of showing him he has a little bit of confidence left in his game still. Nice pass over the middle to JSN there.
I'm a little behind. So I'm about to see that one.
No worries. 1st and 10 here. Ball is now at the 44-yard line for Seattle in Rams territory. Darnold looks to his left, fakes to his left, looking to his right. It looks like Josiah Stewart in cover, or not in coverage, but in pursuit. There's a flag on the play. Wouldn't be surprised to see a holding on the offense, and it is holding on the offense. Darnold tried to escape the pocket. The offensive lineman tried his best to save Darnold, his quarterback, from a sack by Josiah Stewart, and he holds a little bit too much there.
Yeah, definitely a clear holding call there. For sure.
Josiah Stewart nearly got to Sam Darnold, forces him to run out of bounds and throw an incomplete pass. Instead, though, after the flag, it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Seahawks now. 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rams up by 9. The ball is all the way back now in Seattle territory yet again. 47-yard line for Seattle. Darnold delayed handoff to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker almost looked like he wasn't ready for it, and he gets a 1-yard gain on the play.
Well, yeah, whenever Kenneth Walker touches the ball for whatever reason against us, it just seems to go well. So good job there by the Rams being able to stop him.
Kenneth Walker is not a Rams fan by any means.
No. Andres saying this team is the real deal. Yes, it definitely is.
Earlier, Andres said something great. He said, if we're not the best, who is? I love that, Andres. You're right. I agree with you there. Darnold in the shotgun. JSN in motion to his right. JSN actually in the backfield here like a fullback. Kenneth Walker to the left of Darnold. Darnold drops back to pass. Pressure at the middle from Byron Young. Jared Verse now in pursuit. Kenneth Walker catches the football behind the line of scrimmage and runs all the way to the opposite side of the field just to gain 5 yards. That was a wild play from Kenneth Walker. Catches the ball, nearly went down to a knee immediately for a loss of like 6 or 7. Sorry. Then he ends up running all the way across the field just to gain 5 yards. That's actually a great play from Kenneth Walker just to gain 5.
Yeah, Braden Fisk may have got a little bit of a blindside hit there. Josh Wallace, by the way, is the guy that got him down there. Just able to get there in time. Rich saying Darnold played at USC. He's with us. Yes, Darnold also from Dana Point, California, SoCal native as well. So he's definitely with us a little bit. Floyd saying Seattle does look out of sync. Rams need to get off the field. Yeah, they do. 3rd and 14. Got to get off the field
Yeah.
here. No reason to give up a first down
And the
whatsoever.
Rams do get off the field. Sam Darnold drops back to pass. No running back in the backfield. Looks to his left. Throws to Cooper Kupp. And is just a little short of Kupp. Goes out of bounds. The ball is just not where it needs to be. Darnold not in sync, like Floyd said. Cooper Kupp actually ran a great route on Darius Williams. He was open. Just not really on the same page with his quarterback. And just a little too far out of the reach of Cooper Kupp. So 4th and 14, 3:39 to go in the third quarter. A punt is up and away for the Seattle Seahawks special teams unit. Looks like Xavier Smith is saying, get out the way, don't even touch it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Probably going to be at about the 12 to 15 mark for the Rams. So if the Rams can score here, 3 or 10, either one, I think the Rams find themselves in a very good position in this football game. Also, eating some clock would be huge. Frederick says, I'm still a bit nervous. Hold them. And they do hold them there on that play. Andres says, we ready. Floyd says, here comes the Boo Birds.
Yeah, they might start booing over there in Seattle. I don't know about that, though. Just if the Rams score, I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if they do end up starting to boo the Seahawks here. For the Seahawks, if they lose this game, especially in a blowout fashion, that does really kind of show that there's a large separation between them and the Rams. So for the Rams right now, to me, I don't think there's a team right now where I'm like, yeah, I'm taking them 100% over them. Like Denver with that defense, if that game's not in Denver, I think it's a pretty, even in Denver, I probably would take Denver just because of the home field advantage there with the altitude and everything. But outside of that, the Patriots looked vulnerable. I mean, you can never count on Josh Allen. That's always going to be a tough one. The Texans as well with that defense. But in the NFC, if the Packers are fully healthy, again, I think the Bears are pretenders. And once it gets to actual playoff time, if the Eagles figure it out, that's obviously going to be tough. But in the NFC, as of right now, I don't really see a team that I'd be like, I'm taking them over the Rams. Do you agree with that, Josh?
Say that last point one more time.
That I don't think there's a team in the NFC that I'm taking over the Rams today.
No, I don't think so. And I mean, you got to think a team that has consistently been playing well all season long, right? The Rams have had one, truly off the top of my mind. But let's take that back. Because the beginning of the year, the Rams had a couple of stinkers. They were trying to get on the same page with each other with Stafford and Devontae. And they had some bad games, for sure. But they won them, right? They were able to find ways to win. And then you move on to the last, I would say, 6 weeks. The Rams are just playing some dominant football. At least 5 weeks, maybe. Of course, again, that Panthers game was ugly, but the Rams almost still won that football game. So the Rams have been playing some pretty amazing football pretty consistently. We still have concerns. The defense concerns me. But overall, when you truly look at the bigger picture and the grand scheme of what the NFL is right now, currently at this point in time, no one has been as consistently dominant on offense, especially than the Rams. And that's where I think the Rams are the best team in the NFL and the NFC. Maybe even the NFL. Patriots have been playing well as well, but Stafford here going to
the Patriots got exposed last week again with the Bills game. They were up 21-0 and they lost.
Hands off to Kyren Williams for a huge gain of about 8 yards on the play. So it's going to be second and short here for the Rams. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. The clock is ticking here. Rams up by 9. You want to eat up as much of this clock as possible and put up 7 to really stick it to this Seattle Seahawks team. Receiving yards by quarter for Puka. 74 in the first, 74 in the first, and 0 the rest of the game. So Puka had a great first quarter, but has not done much, or has not done anything since then. So I want to see him get back involved here. Handoff to Kyren goes nowhere, so it's going to be third down now for the Rams.
Yeah, again, not great. Not really what you want to see with Puka not doing much. Floyd saying he likes starting the drive with a nice run. Yeah, I agree, but you do got to get Corum involved. Andres saying I'm having a great time. Thank you, Andres. We really do appreciate that. We hope everyone in chat is having a great time as well.
100% agreed there. 3rd and 3. Huge third down for the Rams already. Stafford under center, ball to the 22-yard line, drops back to pass, looks to his right, doesn't find anyone, looks to his left, middle of the field. Xavier Smith with a catch for a first down Rams. He says, and a Seattle Seahawks defender actually smacked his hand in the middle of the celebration, which is kind of funny. But Xavier
I'm
Smith,
looking forward to seeing that.
Xavier Smith finds the middle of the field, just sits right there past the first down marker, right in between two linebackers, and says, "Give me that ball right here, first down."
Let's see. I'm about to see the celebration. That's how behind I am. Yeah, that was good. That was good. No,
Defender
see, that's a good. That's a penalty worth taking. If I'm a
Right.
head coach, I'd go up to my player and be like, you know what? That's worth it.
Stafford play action, looks over the middle, back to Kyren Williams, who gets absolutely drilled by Thomas, the linebacker, but Kyren's all right. Nice catch for a good gain of 5 on first down. So it's going to be second down here. Should be about 5 to go. By the way, Puka Nacua has no targets since the first play of the second quarter. We're talking about the Seahawks trying to get their guy involved, JSN. Rams should definitely try to get Puka Nacua involved. But hey, you're up now. Not going to argue with what the game plan has looked like so far this game.
No, I mean, it would be nice to get Puka the ball. I mean, you are winning, so there's not as much of, an urgency to be like, we got to pass this football. But again, like you have Puka Nacua, unless if he's playing injured, unless if he did get hurt on that one play where he came up uncomfortable, then there's really no reason why he shouldn't be throwing the ball at all.
100% agree there. Stafford hands off to Kyren yet again. It's going to be third down for the Rams after a short gain on second down. 35 seconds. The clock will be ticking. I think this will be the last play of the quarter for the Rams, unless it's an incomplete pass with some time on the clock. 3rd and 3. 23-14 is your score. Third down conversions for the Rams. 4 for 11 on the day. Seattle defense has been bothering them a little bit, but the Rams have seen some success as of late. Stafford in the shotgun, drops back the pass, looks to his right, finds Puka Nacua up the middle of the field, up the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, tackled by I forgot his name. All the way at the 5-yard line to end the third quarter. Imanwari is his name. Gets the tackle on Puka, but Puka catches, he stops, he looks, he says, "Oh, nobody's here. I'll take all this green grass with me." All the way down to the 5-yard line, Puka Nacua. It is a Rams first down, fourth quarter, coming up with the Rams in the red zone.
Yeah, an absolutely amazing play there from Puka to end off the third quarter. Stafford again easily finding him right over the middle of the field. Just Imanwari, they're really trying to go after him. I really got to respect the effort there, having a great game here. And Krim saying maybe my heart will finally stop racing. Yeah, again, if the Rams score here, you have a nice almost a little bit over a 2-score lead. You will pretty much have a 3-score lead with a 16-point lead, which will be very nice to have. TJ saying Puka in chat. Yeah, just an amazing play. We talked about it, how they hadn't gotten the ball to Puka. The broadcast brought it up here on Amazon Prime, and all of a sudden, boom, able to find Puka, get him the ball, get a huge play there of over 30 yards, and find their way to a first and goal to start off this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's like the power that we had there, right out of nowhere. Puka Nacua has not touched the football or even seen a target since the beginning of the second quarter. Yet there, we talk about him. You say his name a couple times. Apparently, he arrives and shows up for a huge 58-yard reception on that play. So great way to end the third quarter for the Rams. You scored a touchdown here. Again, you feel pretty good, Krim. Hopefully your heart can stop pounding so fast here with a nice touchdown from the Rams to finish off this drive. Obviously, knock on wood. Hopefully they can finish it strong.
Yeah, you hope they can. Obviously, a touchdown here, a touchdown, a stop, and even another field goal pretty much puts the game away for the Rams here in this fourth quarter. A touchdown here helps you kind of get to that point. And this is a huge win if this does happen for the Rams. This is what you do on prime time. Let's start calling this team the Showtime Rams, as Andres says. Yeah, the Rams have been very good on primetime games. I don't know how they had fewer primetime games than the Falcons. That is true. The Falcons got more primetime games this year. Don't know how that one happened, just based on how the teams were last year, but definitely a great sign for this Rams team with the way that they've been playing, to be able to win, to be able to hopefully hold on to win like this without Devonta Adams against an 11-3 team in their building in not great weather is a huge sign heading into the playoffs if they're able to hold on.
Yeah, again, like you said, I agree with everything you said there. I mean, huge for the Rams. You want to be in LA. You want to be at SoFi Stadium during the playoffs. This is how you do it here. Huge win on the road if you can finish this one off. But there's still 15 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. First and goal, ball at the 5-yard line. About Kyren Williams runs up the middle of the pile, gains about 1 on the play. So going to be about the 4-yard line for the Rams on second and goal. Puka here, looking at this replay. Nice little, just a nice route. Middle of the field. Kobe Bryant can't guard him. Can't make the tackle either. And then Imanwari, if he just gave up on the play, it's a touchdown Rams, but able to tackle Puka at the 5-yard line. We'll see if it's a touchdown saving tackle or if the Rams just delay and get a touchdown here. Anyways, second and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. See McVay flexing after that play as well to end the quarter. Kyren gets the handoff up the middle. He gets stuffed a little bit more at the 1. He's spinning. He's fighting. He's spinning. He gets stuffed at about the 2-yard line. So absolute incredible effort from your running back to try his best to get a first down. Doesn't make it get a touchdown. Doesn't make it happen. Third and goal now for the Rams. 14 to go in this game. Kobe Bryant, safety out there for the Seahawks. He's limping. So they're going to call a little injury timeout here for Seattle real quick. And we'll get a quick break and breather as they are attending to Kobe Bryant. Rams getting stuffed here in the run game. We'll see if they decide to go to the pass on third and goal.
Okay, yeah, I can't really tell what exactly happened to Bryant there. We'll have to watch replay. Looks like he's grabbing at the knee, but we do need to see a replay to be 100%.
Are you watching this game, by the way, Josh? Amazon Prime, what's it called? Not a broadcast. You're watching a different angle. There's a different way you could watch. It's like the stats, next gen stats version or whatever, where you can see like almost like all 22 tape of the game. I'm watching a broadcast, but
no, I'm not watching that one either.
Thursday Night Football, it's pretty good to see in the other broadcast. I'll switch that commercial break.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looked like a teammate of Bryant's happened to kind of roll up on his ankle there, so he's off for this next play. Third and goal. 13:39 to go. Rams with the football. Snap it. Look to his right. Oh, my goodness, Matthew Stafford. You're the MVP. Puka Nacua touchdown. Easy money for Puka Nacua. He does a celebration. I don't think it was anything offensive, so don't worry about that one. But Puka Nacua, just a quick slant. Stafford just like a no-look, like body completely to his, I mean, my goodness. Give him the MVP. Give him the MVP.
Yeah, MVP. No offense or buts about it. I believe was that number 40 on the year passing touchdowns? I know he's close to 40. I might be wrong on that. Rams take the 2-score lead here. Yeah, literally, no look. Just a no-look, great play. DeMarcus Lawrence, their hand was way too late. Reek Woolen was kind of right there, but just a little bit too late trying to make a play on the ball for Puka. ESG is saying that was Magic Johnson style.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
ESG. Yeah, Floyd's had touchdown, Puka, and no inappropriate dance. Yeah. Again, yeah, I mean, yeah, just normal dance. I mean, I will say no dance will ever beat, I'm sure you remember last season, Josh, the Cam Bynum-led Vikings defense dances.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, those were some of the best dances I've ever seen.
I think he still brought some celebrations over to Indianapolis with him, but nothing as viral as what he did in Minnesota.
Yeah, those celebrations, in my opinion, are some of the best ever. Rich saying the shoulder shimmy is back. Yes, it is. 30-14 now. The Rams take the lead now. One stop and more points, and this one's pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The Rams having an incredible game, and we talked about this earlier, right? They've been dominant this entire football game. It just took them a while to kind of pull away and really show on the scoreboard that they've been dominant. But truthfully, they've been dominating the Seahawks up and down, back and forth, both ways on the football field. It's been an incredible showing on Thursday Night Football to show the rest of the league, hey, we're the best team in the NFC. Floyd says Rams with a statement last week. I'm talking about Sunday's game versus Detroit. They're attenuating that statement. Tonight, Super Bowl goes through us, and you ain't gonna make it. I like that attitude, Floyd, and I 100% agree with you, to be honest with you. The Rams are really showing the rest of the league, hey, we are the ones that are gonna host this Super Bowl. You're gonna have to come in SoFi Stadium and beat us in LA, and we're not gonna have to go fight in the snow and not be able to see my receiver or see 2 inches in front of me. I might be able to actually read and react and not have to deal with cold weather in December and January. We're gonna beat you guys here in the Rams house.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. Who gonna beat the Rams? Nobody, as Andres says. I agree. Rick saying, can you give us the pass and run yardage for the Rams? I can get that for you right now, Rick, during this commercial break. So for Matthew Stafford, 18 for 25, 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Rams, Kyren, 21 carries, 62 yards, not the most efficient. Blake Corum, 10 for 38 and a touchdown. Stafford, 2 for 6. So 303 passing yards and 106 rushing yards. So the Rams are at 409 total yards of offense. So they've been absolutely great on the offensive end so far.
1,000%, as they're showing some old school highlights here. And Stan Kroenke as well, standing alongside Les Snead, watching on as these Rams are putting a beating down on the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle, mind you. The wind might have been picking up here as Ethan Evans will kick it off, but we needed Harrison Mevis to actually hold the football on the tee for the kickoff. So wind might be picking up there in Seattle, which is good news because the Rams don't need to score too much, but Seattle does. So if the wind is bothering them, then that'll help the Rams' case on defense.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, I mean, when the wind's like that, you gotta have someone else holding the ball. We got some chats, XEQ saying that ain't no Rams house when SF comes into town. You got to make the playoffs first. Last I checked, so I don't really want to hear that from you.
Yeah, right now you're hoping both these teams lose this game, which is physically impossible. So I don't think you want to be talking right now. Darnold draws back the pass, looks over the middle of the field, finds JSN for a huge gain. He's able to dodge Darius Williams a little bit and get a nice gain of about 20 to 25 yards on the catch and run. So Rams still got to play. You know, that happened with Detroit last week on Sunday, right? This past Sunday, just kind of gave up a lot of cheap stuff in the second half, and not what you want to see 100%. You want this defense to finish the game out strong. 1st and 10. There's still 13 minutes to go in this football game. So if you're Seattle,
yeah, this game. If the Seahawks score, this game is. If the Seahawks get 7 here, this game is not over whatsoever.
Agreed there, as Darius Williams again backed off of JSN, and JSN catches and lowers his shoulder into the chest of Darius Williams and says, "You can't tackle me either." So Kobe Bryant, by the way, to update Seattle fans on that, Kobe Bryant is headed to the locker room with a towel on his head. He's walking on his own power, but he is walking to the locker room. 2nd and 1, 12:38 to go. Clock is winding down for Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks offense. Chris Shula watches on, wants his defense to make a stop. Ball at the 29-yard line in Rams territory for Seattle. The handoff is to Charbonnet up the middle, who cuts it out to the right and fights his way down for a good gain of about 6 to 8 yards on that play.
Still a little behind here. Rich saying SF are little brothers. Yes, they are. JSN now with 4 catches, 68 yards. So doing a little more damage here in the second half for the Seahawks.
1st and 10. The clock has now ticked under 12 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 30 to 14 for the Rams. A lead, 16-point lead for the Rams. Kenneth Walker gets the pitch out to the left. He does not get much yardage, actually loses probably 1 there. Great defense on the Rams. Puka Nacua clapping because he is happy with how he performed on that play. Oh, Ricky, you yawned. I'm tired, man. Long day today.
Yeah, and a long day here too as well. But hey, it's ending on a high note, though. It is ending on a high note with the Rams hopefully holding on here to win against the Seahawks.
Agreed there. Darnold in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looks to his right, finds receiver. It is Kenneth Walker, who's all over the field for the Seattle Seahawks. He's in the backfield now. He's out wide as a receiver runs a quick slant. I mean, Kenneth Walker showing that he can do it all. It's actually a wheel route for him. Catches the ball middle of the field. Nice play for Seattle. So, first down, Seahawks.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, this game all of a sudden has been really good. I know you're a little bit happy about that for some selfish reasons for you as well. But
Rams up by 16, I can celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's already got a touchdown. JSN? Maybe?
JSN does make a catch here within the 10-yard line. So, nice catch, turns, gets tackled at about the 5, if I remember correctly. So, it looks like this ball will be maybe about the 6-yard line, it looks like. Literally, I'm not lying to you, right between the 6 and 7-yard line. Second and goal. Clock is about to tick under 10 minutes to go in this football game. Seahawks are running out of time, down by 16. Darnold in the shotgun. Ball at the 6-yard line, little past the 6, in between the 7. Darnold drops back, looks to his right, looking, finds nobody, pressure now in his face. He fades off the back foot and just throws this out of bounds. Third and goal here for Seattle. Rams holding up well.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory, though, for Seattle. You cannot settle for 3. You have to get this in. Andres saying good night. My phone is dying. Well, Andres, good night. Thank you for joining. I mean, you could always plug in your phone and come back.
Pick a computer up or something, laptop, whatever you need. But yeah, Andres, you got to go. Appreciate you for tuning in again, even on a Thursday. Appreciate your support always. Darnold in the shotgun, no one in the backfield. Cooper Kupp to his left with JSN also. Shaheed to the right and Charbonnet to the right. Darnold, interception, Kobe Turner. Are you kidding me? Kobe Turner drops back to pass to place a pass defense and catches an interception. Kobe Turner at the goal line. Rams, Chris Shula says, I'm going to drop back. I'm going to drop my defensive tackle back in coverage, and he's going to pick off Sam Darnold. I mean, Sam Darnold was throwing this ball to nobody, by the way. There was nobody behind. JSN was completely covered, and Kobe Turner says, let me get the football. Let me do my dance. The conductor makes it happen for the Rams at the goal line, shuts all hope out for pretty much every Seattle Seahawks fan out there.
Yeah, he literally threw the ball right to Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner is probably like, oh, I'm going to have to try. This is right to me. I mean, that might be the worst pass of the entire season. From any quarterback. I mean, that was literally right to Kobe Turner.
The pressure on Sam Darnold, obviously coming off the edge. That's obviously an issue for him. He gets hit while he's throwing, but does throw the football directly to Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner dropped back to play some pass defense, so obviously that threw him off because it's not what Kobe Turner normally does. So you got to give Chris Shula some credit there, I think.
Yeah, you do. You do need to give him some credit there for sure, but just absolutely not where you want to throw the ball. Again, we get pressure on Darnold, he throws turnovers. Throws interceptions. He had 4 last time. He's got 2 this time on two great defensive plays. So Chris Shula definitely has something figured out about Sam Darnold. A lot of other teams do not. And this has been a thing with Sam Darnold ever since he got to the NFL. Again, on the Jets, we're not going to really grade his Jets time because it's the Jets, but on every other team he's been on and had a starting role on, you've seen this in big games to where he does not necessarily answer the call so far throughout his career.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold, it's weird. I've seen highlights of him. I've seen him go out and play well against other teams, but witnessing him play against the Rams, I have not really seen Sam Darnold prove that he's this incredible franchise quarterback. I've always been rooting for the guy, I guess because he came from USC. But, you know, he just, to me, has never really proven the consistency that needs to be had from a starting quarterback in the NFL to be called a franchise guy, right? I mean, look at the replay here. You know, got to give some credit to Jared Verse. I mean, absolutely unblocked, puts a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback to get the ball out quickly. But Darnold just drops back. I think he's just looking at Jared Verse in his face the whole time. Doesn't even look towards Kobe Turner's way. Just hopes JSN wins his matchup and throws the football anyways. Blake Corum on first down, 3-yard gain here, gets tackled after a quick gain.
Yeah, Jared Verse absolutely unblocked, just kind of gets straight in. And then obviously it really disrupts the throw. I mean, who was supposed to be on Jared? Nobody. No, that was actually the backup to Charles Cross,
Yeah.
Josh Jones there, who
We
double
knew
teamed Landman instead of picking up his block on Kobe Turner.
we knew that could be an issue for them, right? We knew the Rams defense had to take advantage of that, and so far tonight they have, especially on that play, one of the biggest plays of the night for this Rams defense. Corum gets the handoff here, tries to go outside to the left, does not have a cutback lane either, so he gains nothing on second down. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 now for the Rams. Rams are up 30-14. Game is in a pretty good spot for the Rams, but you still want to make sure you don't give the Seahawks too much time. And if you can score more points for the Rams, you can score more points. You take advantage of that for sure. 3rd and 6, 8:38 to go. Rams with the football trying to close this one out. Stafford reading the defense. The ball is at the 15-yard line. Stafford in the shotgun. Corum to his right. Stafford drops back the pass, looking to his left, nearly intercepted. Puka Nacua had to play some defense on that play. Josh Jobe in coverage says, should have caught that. And it's going to be 4th and 6. 8:18, the clock stops because of an incomplete pass. The Rams will get the football back to the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, again, still a lot of time left in this game. Yeah. That should have been intercepted. Puka just had to really slap that one out of the air. As Floyd is saying, I think it's a little early to try to run the clock out. Yeah, I do agree. I agree. It was a little bit early there to try to run out the clock. I mean, I understand running on 1st down, but again, on 2nd down, I think you got to try to go for a pass play there. But as this game does wind down,
I looked down for a second. Raheed Shaheed just ran it back for a touchdown.
What?
Raheed Shaheed takes the punt and absolutely runs it back for a touchdown. I'm not lying to you. That happened so fast. I looked at my phone for 2 seconds. Shaheed was in the end zone. Josh, call this play out for me.
Okay, yeah, Ethan Evans can't get him. Darion Kendrick can't get him. I forgot he was a Ram. Jordan Whittington kind of had to give up there because he had no shot. Just the right sideline was just wide open. Nobody was over there. I mean, I don't know what type of coverage that was. I mean, Shaheed's very fast. We all know that, but we were looking at a 3 and out for the Seahawks in this game, most likely being over, just because there wouldn't be enough time to Sam Darnold warming up on the sideline for. They are going to go for 2, I guess. That is why he was warming up.
Yeah, they are going for 2. I see it here. 2-point try for Seattle. They need it because they were down by 16, so this would help them be only down by 8 if they get it. Darnold snaps the ball into Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp, against his former team, does get the 2-point try. So 8 minutes to go, and within 15 seconds, Raheed Shaheed runs the football back after a punt from the Rams. This game is not over. Floyd says it. The game is not over. TJ says, what did I tell you about special teams? The punt is at about the 50-yard line. So not a great punt, not too deep. And just Shaheed just runs to the left and just beats everybody. I mean, this is why the Seattle Seahawks traded for Raheed Shaheed. He's done this twice so far since being a Seahawk, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the speed that you trade for that helps you get to an 11-2 record, try to put your team over the top. And then you see Cooper Kupp in motion, 2-point conversion. He does what he normally does. Just incredible. Just smart, savvy receiver play there from Cooper Kupp to just find a spot, turn around, give his quarterback an option, and then hold on to the football when Jalen McCullough had his hand in there. So close game, guys. You're only up by 8 with 8 whole minutes to go. This Rams offense needs to wake up and realize we're only up by 8. We got to do something.
Yeah, you can't play conservatively anymore. ESG is saying all Rams need is a field goal. At least, yeah, if the Rams score a touchdown, then you're right back to feeling very good about this game. A field goal is not enough just yet. But as I was saying right before we
Jordan
had
Whittington muffs the punt. Sorry, but he catches it back, and he gets cracked. Ball is at about the 20-yard line, but he does muff the punt for a second. Dropped the little bit of a fumble there. So the Seahawks are flying around the field. Didn't mean to cut you off, Josh, but that scared me for a second. Go ahead and get back to what your point was making.
My point was that everybody should subscribe to the channel right now. Oh, yeah, that's a bit of a bad play there from Whittington. But everyone should subscribe to the channel right now to make sure the Rams hold on to win this game. The reason why is because you're not subscribed.
Yeah.
You got to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. And share the stream.
Agreed.
Share the stream. If you know of anyone who wants to tune in right now, make sure to share the stream link as well.
Imanwari was all over Puka there in coverage. Kind of a scary throw from Stafford, but it is a catch and a gain of about 4 yards for Puka. So you'll take that. Second down here should be about 6 yards to go, 7 yards to go. So just 3 yards for Puka. Rams up 30-22, but 7:32 to go. Clock ticking past 7:30. If the Rams don't score here, this is a very, very intense, heart-racing game all of a sudden.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we were talking about the end of the game here not really mattering too much, but with this return touchdown for Seattle, all of a sudden this is a must-score drive here for the Rams.
Agreed. And Stafford drops back to pass, gets pressured from Williams, who's an incredible pass rusher up the middle, and Stafford one leg hops, gets hit while he throws from another defender, and throws a ridiculously weird pass that is incomplete. So 3rd and 7. This crowd is on fire. 7:18 to go. There is life in Seattle.
Yeah, there is. Becca in chat saying 143 watching and only 26 likes. Come on, y'all. I agree, Becca.
Stafford drops back to pass. Looking, man in his face. He's able to avoid the sack. Rolls to his left. Looks down. DeMarcus Lawrence was in his face, but he does find, is that Kanata Mumfield for a catch? They're saying Seattle's saying incomplete. They're celebrating that. McVay's looking at Mumfield saying, did you catch it? Did you catch it? And he grabbed his red flag. So, incomplete pass is the call. Kanata Mumfield, it's up to him to tell McVay to challenge this one. Defenders all over. Puka Nacua and Mumfield did not make this catch. So please do not challenge it, McVay. Kanata Mumfield did not make that catch. It is a punt. 4th and 7. Ethan Evans is punting the football. 7 minutes to go, guys. 1 minute off the clock. And the Rams are, again, only up by 8.
No. Yeah, not what we want to see here whatsoever. Again, this... No, he didn't catch it.
Raheed Shaheed is laughing. He's telling Rams defenders because this punt goes out of bounds. So he's telling Rams defenders, you guys scared? Are you guys worried about me? What's going on? So everyone's laughing with Raheed Shaheed a little bit because he just ran it back on the Rams. So TD says, what up, Ramley? What up, TD? Happy to see you, but not a happy time for you to join. The Rams were up 16 points. And XE says, Rams are going to choke because he's waited this entire game to talk smack. The Rams are up by 16 points, now only up by 8 after a return touchdown from Raheed Shaheed. They go for 2. They get it with Cooper Kupp. So now it's an 8-point game, just 7 minutes to go in this football game. If Seattle scores and goes for 2 and gets it, it's a tie game all of a sudden. So going to be interesting to see what the Seahawks come out and do here. They're 0-172 all-time when down by a certain amount of points. Read that stat for me, Josh, at the bottom of their bar for a second, if you can. Shaheed gets the end-around handoff. He has blockers ahead of him. Raheed Shaheed is right on the field to the 40, to the 30. Raheed Shaheed has blockers. There is many flags on the field. He is celebrating, but we're going to wait and see what the flags are being called.
Yeah, it's 0-72 all time when trailing by 15 plus in the fourth quarter.
0-172
all time.
All time, I thought I saw. It is going to be a decline penalty. I think that penalty might have been on the Rams. And Seattle fans are absolutely ecstatic. So you see this handoff here. Darnold fakes it to Charbonnet, does the end-around handoff to Raheed Shaheed, and he has all the blockers and all the green grass in the world ahead of him. They're using the speed of Shaheed, and it is killing this Rams defense.
The ref just smacked number 26 of the Seahawks in the face. Did you see that?
I did see that. Darnold, 1st and 10. Ball already at the 26-yard line for Seattle in Rams territory. Sam Darnold drops back. He fakes the handoff to Kenneth Walker, rolls to his left. Jared Verse in his face, but wide open. Barner, touchdown. Are you kidding me? Wide open. Barner catches the touchdown pass. Sam Darnold rolls to his left. Jared Verse just not fast enough. and Stafford is warming up. This is a football game, ladies and gentlemen. This is a football game. 6:23 to go, and the Seahawks are down by 2, about to go for 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to go for 2, and it was just, oh my.
XE says, subscribe if you hate the Rams. XE, you better be subscribed then.
Yeah, we can check if you
hater.
subscribe. We can see people who subscribe. So
now you
we
have to
will
subscribe.
Look after the stream to see
you
if
sign yourself up to subscribe. That's it. You got to subscribe now. Jeff says holding WTF, and then TD says TD Seattle. Yep. This has become a game. And just 2 minutes ago, game minutes ago, the Rams were up by 16 points. This is embarrassing. Yep. But the Rams still have a chance to win this football game. Darnold.
Yeah, both teams do.
Stepping up to go for 2. Rams up by 2. 2-point try. Darnold under center. Sends Charbonnet in motion. Throws to Charbonnet. It's tipped up and almost intercepted. What a dumb play call. If I'm Seattle, I am pissed at that play. What an idiotic. I'm sorry to say, but what a dumb play call. Everything you've done today on offense, you've been kind of having the Rams on their heels. And you throw a running back screen to Zach Charbonnet with receivers
that should have been
picked.
Oh, yeah, that should have been intercepted. I mean, yeah, that is
just
bad,
a dumb
bad play call. You have a great drive to score, and then just that. I'm
happy for it, but it's wow. Like if I'm a Seattle fan, what are we doing with that play call?
Yeah, he had a great drive. Cam Kitchens absolutely just gets his ankles broken by Parner on that touchdown there, but great pass from Darnold. But again, just a weird play call. Helps the Rams out. Rams still up 2. Again, if you get a touchdown here, you will be up 9 regardless, so you will have a 2-score lead with a touchdown.
Yeah, it looked like.
And Seattle will be playing hurry up most likely. For the Rams here, early in the drive, you don't want to run up the clock too much, but if you keep holding on to the ball for a few minutes, then you can really start to run out the clock.
100%, running some clock, and also getting yourself in scoring position is the priority here for the Rams. Scoring a touchdown is huge, though, for the Rams. You score a touchdown, you're in a good spot. But, yeah, It looked like Jared Verse just...
Yeah, that was Verse.
And I think the officials are reviewing this because it could be a fumble with the backward pass, but does it really matter at this point? Actually, it would matter because Charbonnet picks the football up. So I don't know how this is going to work, but if this is a fumble, because
this is a touchdown, by the way, this is the fumble,
then Charbonnet could pick it up and they get the 2-point conversion. Is that what they're talking about right now? Because the replay is going over and over again.
How is this a fumble?
I think they're officially reviewing it because he threw it backwards, and if he threw the ball backwards. If you called the play dead, though, you called it dead, right?
Who knows anymore?
I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit on my TV, see if I can hear what's going on. I think Darnold did throw it backwards, by the way. So
yeah, but
that might
nobody had possession of the football, though. No one, like Jared Verse, clearly did not have possession. Neither did Cam Curl.
But if they call it dead, how can you say, recovered by Zach Charbonnet in the end zone? Because the whistle blows.
Yeah, that's my thing too. This should be an incomplete pass. Like I don't think anyone ever had full possession for it to be a fumble. Because the ball never touches, but even like Cam Curl just hits his hands. Like he never hauls the ball in.
So the official is saying this is good.
What?
The official on TV. The official on TV is saying that because there's a clear recovery from Charbonnet, and this ball is deemed to be thrown backwards, if it is deemed to be thrown backwards by the officials, then it will be a good 2-point conversion.
No. Wait, just because the ball was thrown backwards, even though no one ever has clear possession of the ball.
That is the most ridiculous call I've ever seen. They gave the Seahawks a 2-point conversion, and they're saying that Jared Verse forced a fumble because the ball was thrown backwards, and it was clear recovery by the Seahawks because you blew the whistle dead. The Rams players weren't even trying anymore at that point. What a ridiculous play call. By inches, it's a fumble, and you're saying that it's clear recovery because you blew the whistle and no one was picking up the football? And Charbonnet just said, I'm just going to go grab it? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. The 2-point conversion is good.
No, that's a fumble.
The 2-point conversion is good.
Bro.
The kick is up for the Rams. They're returning it past the 20 to the 25. Going to be at the 25 for the Rams offense when they get back out there. 30-30 football game. I understand.
Yeah, Jack
Jakey's
saying it's a fumble. Yes, that's the rule.
It's a fumble. I agree, but it's just a horrible way to give him 2
it's
points.
because they blew it dead. If they never blew the play dead, I'd be like, okay. But then the Rams should have been trying. But when the whistle was blown, I mean, I don't think it should be a fumble. I think they should change the
Let
rule
him go
regardless.
for it again. Let him go for it again.
Yeah, just say plays.
We called it dead. That's not fair. We're going to go for it again. Stafford under center. He hands off to Corum. Corum fights his way for a gain of 2 yards. The Rams need to stop running the ball up the middle and no motion pre-snap. They got to just get creative and score some points here. They cannot just let the Seahawks win this football game like this. 30-30 is the game. We're going to talk all about this all week long about that controversial fumble call. I think it is a fumble because he threw it backwards, maybe kind of like inches wise. But to say it's recovered for inside the end zone for a touchdown, I think that's a little bit crazy. Maybe let him go for it again. You blew the whistle dead. You blew the ball dead. It's dead before he picks it up. Stafford under center, second and 8 here. Fakes the handoff to Corum. Pressure in his face. Stafford finds, oh my gosh, Kobe Parkinson had the catch and he just dropped it. And Stafford was drilled, so he looks like he's in pain. He keeps grabbing at his left arm like he's done it all day, and he's okay, but he looks like he's in pain. And my goodness. Absolutely drilled at the end of the play there. Stafford, he's holding on to his chest. And Kobe Parkinson says, I'm sorry, quarterback, I'm not going to make that catch. 3rd and 8. This Seattle crowd is going ballistic now. 30-30 football game. 5:34 to go. Stafford in the shotgun. Kyren to his left. Sends a receiver in motion, just a little quick pass out to Puka. Puka gets a block, makes a man miss, fights his way up, down for a gain of 6, but he needed 8. And the Seahawks fans are going ballistic, and they're laughing because they don't even believe it either. They don't even believe that this game is flipped on his head either.
I think they know they shouldn't have an extra 2 points. I mean, do you think about going for it?
They do not at all. Stafford's already making his way to the sideline. The field position is just not good enough. It's going to be 4th and 3, actually. So too much for the Rams to overcome. Ball was at the 34-yard line. Not far enough. Not nearly far enough. So Ethan Evans, the punt is up. Please kick it out of bounds. The ball is going to the left where he does make a fair catch call at the 23-yard line. So the Seahawks will have the football. Tie game, 30-30. This fourth quarter has been all Seahawks today.
Yes, it has. It has. I mean, we thought after the Kobe Turner interception, Rams just get some points, end the game. But instead, this is going to be a very anxious last 4.5 minutes here of this football game.
Yeah, I'm honestly at a loss for words. I mean, look, I understand that a fumble is a fumble, but I truthfully don't think that makes any sense. If you call a play dead, the play is dead. If the whistle is blown, you can't say, well, on camera going back 10 minutes later, this guy picks the ball up, so therefore that's a clear recovery. I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I fully agree. I don't see a world where that's not an incomplete pass. Was that ball even for sure backwards?
I mean, obviously that's what they called.
Right.
Obviously that's what they called. They called it a fumble because he threw it backwards. I think he did throw it backwards, but I just think that's it's just such a ridiculous way to give them 2 points. Like the fumble, it goes forward. Because isn't it a rule that if the quarterback fumbles the football, you can't pick it up for a gain?
I don't know. And Caleb saying WTF, I'm actually heated. I'm heated too, Caleb. I'm heated too. I think we're all 100% on the heated train here.
And by the way, let's not forget that this isn't the first bad call tonight. The refs have been making some very questionable calls toward the Rams' way, but I literally locked when I saw value. Oh, that was Bush. I don't know. Oh, replay. I don't know what he's talking about. That was BS. Yeah, I agree with you there. Jakey says, yeah, once whistle blows, then it should be dead. That's what I'm saying. You missed the call. Yep. Fine. You want to call it a fumble? Fine. But you can't say that's a clear recovery. I can hear the whistle being blown before Charbonnet picks the ball up. So anything after the whistle is out the window in my mind, right? That's what I think. Yeah. I mean, again, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you're listening to the broadcast, you're hearing what the ref's saying, and he explains it a good way, whatever. But Figure says Rams about to super lose. Not gonna lie, kind of interesting way to put it. Krim says, didn't the refs also delete a fumble recovery touchdown for the Rams in the 49ers game? Exactly. Sam Darnold fakes the handoff, looks over to his right, misses Jackson Smith-Njigba. He was wide open, but just missed by his quarterback. 2nd and 10, 4:43 to go, 30-30 football game. Folks, if you guys like what you see, please do us a favor, like the stream now. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, as we're trying to get 5,000 subscribers. Jakey says Rams will win. If you agree, hit the chat right now. Rams W in the chat. We'll make it happen today. Like the stream if you haven't already. 2nd and 10, 4:43 to go. Darnold in the shotgun, Kenneth Walker in motion in the backfield. Throws to Kenneth Walker. To the left, he shakes, he bakes, he moves up the field for a gain of 3 yards. So not too much damage there on that play. 3rd down here, 4:30 to go. Clock is ticking. It's going to be a 3rd and about 8, maybe 7. We'll see what they say here. And we're looking at a replay here of, oh my goodness, Matthew Stafford just getting absolutely blown up, and he's holding his chest, walking to the sideline. So you can tell he is in some pain, and they're already putting the camera on Jimmy G. He's not warming up, but they're putting the camera on him. So clearly they're worried about Stafford's health here. We'll wait and see what the update is. Quick pass out to his right to JSN. JSN gets tackled and brought down by Jalen McCullough. Huge tackle for Jalen McCullough. Stafford, he looks like he's putting his helmet on. He's going to be ready to go for this drive. 3 minutes and 45 to go. The clock will be ticking down. 4th and 4. Seahawks will punt the ball away, and Stafford, the MVP, the multi-fourth quarter comeback king, will have the ball in his hands with a chance to win this football game for the Rams.
Yeah, that is exactly what is going to happen here. Is I have some tech difficulties here. Amazon Prime decided to shut me out, so we're currently switching back to local cable.
Your Amazon Prime cut out?
Yeah, did yours?
No, I'm good right now. By the way, Rams are 323-1 when leading by 15 points in the fourth quarter. 15 points or more in the fourth quarter. Seahawks are 0-172 when trailing by 15 points. So this is a ridiculous situation that you find yourself in right now. The Rams need to win this football game just to feel fine about yourselves. You cannot lose the first seed off of this BS.
No.
30-30 football game. 3:19 to go. 1st and 10 for the Rams for Matthew Stafford. Stafford in the shotgun, reading the defense. Ball is at the 20-yard line. Kyren Williams to his left. Stafford drops back to pass, pressure up the middle, finds his tight end Davis Allen for a gain of 7 on the play. Going to be a 2nd down with 3 yards to go. Let's go Rams, says Zena. Lowell says 49ers, random. What are you talking about? Caleb says Rams need this win. Come on. Zena says let's up and go. I like it. No F. I appreciate that. Zena also says let's go defense. Caleb says let's go Rams. Please. Pleading with the team. Jared says been a good game. Definitely has been. 2nd and 4, 2:47 to go. The clock is ticking. Stafford drops back to pass, looks over the middle. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage from who else? DeMarcus Lawrence, who has not been talked about in this football game, but makes a huge play for his team in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 4, 2:41 to go. Clock is stopped after that incomplete batted down pass.
Yes, it is. I'm going to try to get back on Prime real quick. Amazon Prime Video.
While Josh tries to get back to Prime, we're going to call this 3rd and 4 here. Stafford in the shotgun, no one in the backfield. 2:41, balls at the 26-yard line. Williams in motion. Stafford drops back, looks left, looking, throws the football down the field wide open. It's Terrence Ferguson who gets absolutely drilled but hangs on to the football. Absolutely drilled at the end of this play. but Terrence Ferguson hangs on. There was a flag on the play. But Terrence Ferguson, the clutch rookie catch, gets drilled at the end of this by a safety, but absolutely impressive way to hold on to the football. If this is against the Rams, we're calling the NFL immediately.
Who's it on?
Stafford doesn't, McVay doesn't look mad, so this might be a Seattle flag.
We'll take that.
Might be a targeting call is what they're looking for. So Terrence Ferguson catches it. Helmet to helmet is what it looks like. So the crown of the helmet from the defender hits the helmet of Terrence Ferguson on the hit. He gets absolutely popped and drilled, but the defender led with his helmet. So that is going to be the unnecessary roughness call, which is huge for the Rams to give him a few more yards at the end of this one. Okada, the safety, gets called for it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now for the first time. Is mine cut out? Oh, yeah. That's a clear helmet to helmet.
Floyd says add a 15-yard penalty. Yes, sir. We'll take it. But a great catch and a great way to hold on to the football from Terrence Ferguson. Puka Nacua, by the way, absolutely getting held and beat up on that one. Stafford under center. Ball is now all the way at the 31-yard line in Seattle territory. Kyren Williams, he shakes, he bakes, he fights through to some tackles for a gain of 9, but is a flag on the play. So the refs now playing the ref game, right? Playing the flag game, just throwing flags back and forth for either side. It's going to be a holding on Davis Allen. We're going to wait and see if this is accurate because they've been calling some crazy stuff today.
Yes, they have.
Davis Allen gets out there. He grabs onto the defender and he holds him. Nothing too crazy, but he does hold him. He gets under the pad there. Krim says that the ref's just screwing with us. Very frustrating. Definitely screwing with my emotions, Krim. That's a fact. First and 20 for the Rams. A lot harder now for them to score. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Ball's at the 41-yard line. Loss of 10 on that flag. Huge penalty. Stafford drops back, looking to his left, finds Kobe Parkinson for a gain of 4 on the play. 2:20 to go. Rams going to be a little bit of a huddle up, but they may be okay letting this clock tick down. And
they are.
Is talking smack to Imanwari. He's talking smack to another. It looks like Julian Love. He's pointing at Imanwari. Oh, he's telling him Imanwari is talking. There's a lot of trash talk in this game. It's going to be the first timeout for Seattle that is called. 2:20 to go. The clock stops. And Puka is going off still as they're subbing him out of this football game. Puka Nacua is on fire right now. And they may have lit a fire under the beast.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do with 2 minutes left in a football game against the Rams. Not what you want to do. Wrong guy to be talking to here. And I know we've had a lot of new people joining the chat. So if you're new, subscribe. If you're already watching, subscribe. I did check on the account on my phone. We did just hit 4.98 thousand.
Kyren Williams.
So we're now just under 20 away. So make sure to hit that sub button right now. Maybe we can hit 5K by the end of the game even.
Kyren Williams gets a handoff, gain of about 6 on the play. Going to be timeout again now for Seattle as they are trying to call timeouts to save some time for themselves in case the Rams score. They're in field goal range already. So the Rams in a good spot, but still want to get 7, so this game isn't even close. But it's 3rd and 8 for the Rams. Shout out to my boy Johnny. He says he didn't get a shout out. He texted me, but I didn't see him. So Johnny, you're watching. Appreciate you. Shout out to you now. Here we go. Rams in a close one. McVay looks locked in. 3rd and 8. 30-30 football game. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remain. This is for the first seed in the NFC. Seahawks defenders are double covering, looks like, are maybe coming to blitz off the right. Stafford makes some changes. Stafford drops back, pressure in his face. No miscommunication. No receiver in the area, and Stafford is pissed. Don't know what he was looking at. The defense was very interesting from Seattle. There, just crazy blitz off the edge. A lot of corners and safeties coming off the edge. So Stafford had to get rid of it quickly. Receivers not on the same page, and it is an incomplete pass. So 4th and 8, 2:11 to go after the incomplete pass. A field goal from Harrison Mevis, who is 8 for 8 on the year. 52 is his long for the season, but remember, his first season with the Rams. The thicker kicker, the kick is up. The kick is no good. The kick is no good. 48
What?
yards. It's off wide to the right, and Sean McVay looks like he knew it. I don't think they got enough yards for this kicker. Harrison Mevis was perfect before this. Kicks the ball up, and it just goes wide right. It's the air. It's cold. It's windy, and Seattle is going crazy. Caleb loved the calls. Appreciate you, Caleb. But the Rams are breaking our hearts here. It's just time and time again. They're just losing this football game. It's not even Seattle's winning it. They're just losing the game themselves.
Yep.
Can this Rams defense make some plays? 2:07 to go. One timeout remains for Seattle. 30-30 football game. Jared Verse, Byron Young ready off the edge. Darnold in the shotgun. He hands it off to Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets stuffed. He gets stopped for a gain of about 1, maybe 2 yards on the play. Second down coming out of the 2-minute warning. 30-30 football game. A field goal wins it for Seattle, more likely than not, depending on how much time is left. Rams have 2 timeouts remaining. This game is crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I can't believe that we're even at this point right now, that we're in this close of a game with 2 minutes left. TJ saying, what did I tell you about the special teams? Yeah. Zena saying, Philippines in the house. Let's fucking go. Thank you. Shout out to the Philippines. And then Zone saying, let's go Rams pick 6. Yeah, a pick 6 would be absolutely amazing. If that is able to happen, obviously, that would really help the Rams win this game. Yeah, it all started with the Shaheed touchdown.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then they got the 2-point
ran that
conversion,
touchdown in so fast. I looked down at my phone. He was in the end zone, and that was just so quick. And right, that really killed everything for the Rams. You have a 16-point lead. They go for 2, they get it. So that goes down to 8 points out of nowhere. And within a minute, the Rams get the football back, give another touchdown back, and it's just, this game flipped on its head so quick. But Zone says, let's go Rams. Pick 6. Here you Zone LA. Rooting for that. Zena says, defense, let's go. Let's make a stop. That's huge. Frederick says, I told you they will answer the bell. You were right, Frederick. They did respond pretty well here in the second half. Floyd says, Rams defense needs to step up. Here we go. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left in this football game. Ball's at the 40-yard line in Seattle territory. Darnold in the backfield. Kenneth Walker in motion. Darnold drops back to pass. Looking left. Fakes. He's tackled. He's sacked by Kobe Turner and Jared Verse. Sam Darnold had nowhere to go with the football. And if he threw it, he knew Verse and Turner were going to knock that pass down. So he held on to the football, takes the sack, and it is a half sack for Kobe Turner, half sack for Jared Verse. Let's go defense.
There we go. I'm about to see the sack from us. So Jared Verse just chipped by the tight end. Doesn't matter. And again, that was Josh Jones, the backup for Charles Cross, and they're trying to block Jared Verse and absolutely got manhandled. Kobe Turner and Jared Verse picking up the sack there. Huge. Zena saying conductor is in the house. Yes, he is. An amazing play. David saying W commentary. Thank you, David. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. And the Rams right now, 3rd and 17. That was a huge sack on third down. So our second down. So now the Rams have a chance to shut it down here for Seattle. Sam Darnold in the shotgun. Zach Charbonnet right next to him. Cooper Kupp is the receiver in motion. Darnold drops back to pass. 4-man pressure. Jared Verse getting there. It's tipped down at the line of scrimmage. And so it's an incomplete pass. 4th and 17. 1 minute and 50 seconds. And Kobe Turner is flexing on him. And he has the mean, angry face at the camera looking at them like, you know that I was going to knock that pass down.
Are we sure it's an incomplete pass? Because you never know nowadays, I guess, which passes are incomplete or not.
Are we sure it wasn't a fumble?
Yeah, are we sure it wasn't somehow a backwards pass?
Are we sure it wasn't a fumble there? But huge play from Kobe Turner, back-to-back plays, showing why he is the conductor, why he's such an important piece to this defense. The punt is looking weird the way the lineup was for Seattle, but the punt is off. It looks like it's a fair catch at the 12-yard line for Xavier Smith. So not great field position, great punt from Seattle. 1 minute and 42 seconds to go. 30-30 football game. Matthew Stafford in his 17th season has 50 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. Most among any active quarterback. His last one was week 4 versus the Indianapolis Colts. Can he do it again in year 17?
Yeah, that's what we got to find out. Will he be able to get this done? That is the key question. I think he can. I mean, if Harrison Mevis had made that last kick, I wouldn't be concerned at all about, operating in the mindset of getting 3. But I think you got to get within 30 yards.
Stafford in the shotgun,
Mevis.
looking pressure up the middle around the edge, and he does throw an incomplete pass. So the offensive line needs to wake up here and give Stafford some time if you want to see a comeback. But they do have some good guys, good players on this defensive line, right? DeMarcus Lawrence,
yes.
Williams. I mean, there's some good players on this D line. Rams got to step up.
They do. They do. You don't want to give Seattle the ball back here.
Stafford in the shotgun, ball at the 12-yard line. Snaps the ball, 1:37 to go. Looking, over the middle of the field, throws to his right. It is Puka Nacua with a catch toward the sideline. He's touched down near, I can't even tell what part of the field they're on. Stafford's running downfield, 1:24 to go. Rams have one timeout remaining. They're choosing not to use it yet. Puka Nacua against Witherspoon, just physical, top of the route. Turns around, catches the ball, fading onto his back. Incredible catch here. 1:12 to go. Ball at the 39-yard line. Stafford drops a pass, looks to his right, throws out of bounds for an incomplete pass. 1:06 to go. They are still in Seattle territory, but an incredible catch from Puka Nacua to put them at least close to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. I mean, I guess what you want to do is you want to at least give yourself a chance here to go for a game-winning field goal, which you're not at that mark just yet. Obviously, got to get probably around 30-ish more yards here.
Puka, mind you, might have hit his head on the floor. They're not checking him for a concussion, but he kind of is like blinking and looking up, and he looks like he might be not feeling great. So he's on the sideline for this play. 2nd and 10, 1:06 remaining. Stafford drops back to pass, looking left, finds at the middle of the field, throws to Kanata Mumfield, who makes the catch over Imanwari. Incredible physical catch. They're going to say 3rd down, not a 1st down. Think that's BS, but we're going to move anyways. 3rd and inches is the call. Timeout on the field might be for Imanwari, who was in coverage on the play. If it's an injury timeout under 2 minutes, I think Seattle needs to use their final timeout. We'll see what the call is here. We'll see if the refs can also take this time to mark a 1st down for the Rams. I think that was
that's a bad spot. Oh my gosh, that's an awful spot.
Stafford, by the way, hit on the arm as he threw. Kanata Mumfield does make the catch.
That's an awful spot, by the way.
We'll wait and see on the update. I thought it looked like a 1st down. The ref said 30 inches initially. We'll wait and see if they change it after this timeout. Final timeout for Seattle was spent on an Imanwari injury. So hoping he's okay for Seattle, but he is walking to the sideline now. No timeouts left for Seattle. 53 seconds remain in the game for the Rams. 30-30 is your score. Stafford is trying to get this game-winning drive finished for the Rams so they can earn the number 1 seed in the NFC. McVay calling Stafford over. Not sure what's going on here. We'll see if it's a 1st down or not. Waiting for them to let us know. Everybody in the comments, everybody in the chat, appreciate you guys for tuning in to end this football game. 459 of you watching right now. Like the stream if you want the Rams to win this football game. If you want us to lose, like it anyways.
like and subscribe regardless.
Regardless of who you're rooting for. 1st and 10. 1:02 to go now instead of 53 seconds because the Seahawks used the timeout for the Imanwari injury. So 1 minute and 2 seconds to go for the Rams. Stafford has his hands up looking like he's asking for some more time on the play clock. This is taking forever, but we'll wait and see. 1 timeout remains for the Rams. Hell of a game, says Zone LA. One hell of a Thursday night football game. Agree with you there.
Yeah. This has been an absolutely amazing game. Didn't think this finish would be the way it is just around 10 minutes of game ago, but we are where we are. Isaiah saying Seahawks. Well, even if you're a Seahawks fan, Isaiah, thank you for tuning in. You should subscribe as well.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Ball at the 49-yard line. It is a 1st down, so they changed the call. Puka Nacua is back in the football game. Stafford in the shotgun with Kyren to his left. Stafford drops back to pass, looking right, looks back to his left, almost finds Kanata Mumfield, does not get it. He's asking for a face mask. I don't see a flag on the field. 57 seconds, 2nd and 10. What a football game do we have here? 25 for 41, 387 for Stafford, and we're asking for more still in year 17. Stafford in the shotgun, drops back to pass, looking to his right, throws to his right. Kobe Parkinson drops the football yet again. My goodness. Wouldn't have been a first down, but Kobe Parkinson would have made some nice yards on that play. Harrison Mevis watches on. Third and 10. 53 seconds remain. Huge play here. This could be the game or maybe force us to overtime. Stafford in the shotgun. Puka to his right. Stafford looks to his right. Throws over the head of Puka. Not even close. Not even close. So Seattle fans are ecstatic. 49 seconds to go. 30-30 football game. Sam Darnold technically has a chance, but if the Rams can pin them back enough, this game should be headed to OT.
Oh, my God.
But 49 seconds is quite a bit of time, and when you have a return man like Raheem Shaheed, I'm holding my breath if I'm a Seattle Seahawks if I'm the Rams special teams. Ethan Evans, punt is up. Punt is straight line, not toward the sideline, but it's fair cut at about the 15-yard line for Seattle. So 42 seconds remain. No timeouts for Seattle. But nowadays, with how fast some of these receivers get downfield, doesn't mean much, right? If you get out of bounds. Zena says, give me the three. I don't know if you're talking about the Rams. They were too far, not in field goal range for their kick. But if you're rooting for Seattle, then who knows? Caleb says, wow. And Floyd says, hopefully this thing goes to overtime now. That's all the Rams can hope. Or fumble recovery, return, or pick six or something.
Interception, because it is Sam Darnold.
First and 10 for Sam Darnold. Charbonnet to his right. Cooper Kupp, the receiver, in motion to his right. Darnold drops back to pass, looking, finds Charbonnet up the middle of the field, which is where you want them to throw it. First down for the Seahawks. And Darnold is telling them, we're going to spike. And he does snap the ball. He does spike it. Kobe Turner tries to catch the spike for an interception, as he likes to do.
Someone's going to do that one of these days.
29 seconds. Imanwari, earlier injured on the play, you made the Seahawks use their final timeout. He is headed to the locker room. 2nd and 10. 29 seconds. Puka Nacua, all he can do is watch. 30-30 football game. The ball is at the 27-yard line. 28. Darnold drops back to pass, looking, gets hit, and he is sacked. He is sacked by none other than Poona Ford, the former Seattle Seahawk himself. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Poona Ford says, you remember me, Seattle? Because I remember you. Here's a sack on Sam Darnold. No timeouts remain. The Seattle Seahawks don't even try to get to the ball. This game on Thursday Night Football is headed to overtime.
Yeah, that was okay. I can't believe we're in overtime. Ross saying we need a fumble INT. That's not going to happen right now. That could happen in overtime, even though it is third down. I think the Seahawks are just going to let the clock go here into overtime, and I don't blame them here whatsoever. That does make a lot of sense. And this is an unfortunate overtime game for the Rams. This should not be a game that's anywhere close to going into overtime. But unfortunately, as I keep saying, you are in a spot where you're happy all of a sudden that this game is going into overtime.
Yeah. My brother texted me saying last time I watched this game because he's at work. Last time I watched the game, it was 13-7. What happened? Here we go.
Yep.
Overtime rules. I'll read them out to you guys as they explain them on TV. 1 10-minute period. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the team kicking off to start overtime scores a safety on a receiving team's initial possession or time runs out during the first possession. If teams, they took the rules off. Go ahead, Joshua.
If teams are tied after one possession each, the next score wins. This game can end in a tie. That is important to know, that this could end in a tie. There's only 1 quarter of 10 minutes and each
It
team
looks
will
like
get 2 timeouts, and all replay reviews are from New York.
it looks like the Seattle Seahawks did win the coin toss, but again, nowadays in the modern NFL, that does not matter. If you hear someone blending in my house, by the way, sorry, someone's blending out there. There's a blender being in use. So the Rams are headed to overtime. In a game, they should not be in overtime, but you would take overtime over a loss in regulation. So right now, the Rams still have a huge opportunity to win this football game.
Yes.
Shannon says, I wonder who you... I don't know what your question is, Shannon. I really don't get it, actually. Who you like some good old Cowboys. I don't know what that means. Let's see some other chats that we probably missed during the craziness.
Frederick saying, what did I tell you? They will answer. Yeah, I mean, they were going to answer, but no one expected it to be like this.
I mean, the Rams had an opportunity to win this football game. It just missed. Field goal hurts, and you know, everything else, obviously, that ensued. So it's been a crazy game. Definitely, I think it all turned around with Rashid Shaheed running that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, it did.
That definitely changed the trajectory of this football game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
If you're still watching as this game heads to overtime and you're not subscribed to the channel, do us a favor. Consider pressing that subscribe button. We live stream every Rams game. If you guys want to continue to watch us stream these games, subscribe to the channel as we are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers before the year is over. Just give us a Christmas gift of your subscription. Unsubscribe in a couple of months when we're past more well than past, or stay subscribed. You know how many channels I'm
always
subscribed
stay
to
subscribed. Why do we want
anymore?
people to unsubscribe? No.
Oh, Ronnie Rivers with the run back. He's running all the way back past the 40, past the 45 to the 50-yard line. Ronnie Rivers. I wasn't even anticipating this. Of course, there's a flag on the field. But Ronnie Rivers holding on the return team. So that's going to hurt the return. But Sean Dolak, your boy, the rookie. And
I mean,
and
that was a clear hold.
Not happy with Sean Dolak. They're arguing on the sideline. Dolak looks disappointed they called anything on him. I'm not seeing the replay. So we'll see where the ball ends up being. 9:52. It's overtime on Thursday Night Football. 30-30 football game. The Rams, instead of being at the 50, they'll be at the 20. That's a huge difference. 20-yard line snap for Stafford. He's in under center. Throws it to his right. Finds Puka Nacua, who fights off 5 Seattle Seahawks defenders and gets 9. Incredible work.
Like that. Puka. I like that. I mean, again, this game shouldn't even be in overtime. I'm still in shock that we are.
And look at
in
this,
overtime again. For the Rams, in my opinion, you got to get a touchdown here.
The last 5 possessions for the Rams, Josh, to your credit, has been punt, miss field goal. I mean, that's horrible, right? Horrible to end this game. Offense needs to step up here. 9:19 to go in OT. Clock is ticking. 2nd and 1. Ball at the 29-yard line. Stafford rolling to his left, flips his hips to his right. Wide open is Kyren Williams, Blake Corum with a catch and run. So Blake Corum with a nice first down catch. Absolutely nobody even close to him.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Corum, not a guy that's used a lot in the pass game. And now here they've kind of gone away from Kyren, it seems like, over these last few drives.
TJ Gregory says the not so special teams again. Yeah, you called that earlier. Special teams isn't super consistent. And then Krim says, I want a Corum TD run. I'm manifesting some fantasy numbers, I'm assuming. But, you know, Corum actually run the football. We have time now. Maybe turn to the run game.
I know,
in this OT. They don't. They fake the handoff. Look over the middle. Stafford avoids the sack, looks down the field, throws it downfield, way over the head of the intended receiver. Nowhere near. So Stafford, a little bit off on that one. I kind of wanted to see a handoff there just to kind of let everything settle for a second. Give Stafford a little rest. He's up to 46 pass attempts on the day. Terrence Ferguson, intended receiver, kind of hard to miss him. And Stafford throws it way over his head. Not even close.
Look at,
that was one of the worst throws I've ever seen Stafford throw.
Yeah. I mean, he was on the run. I mean, you just got to get that away. Anderson saying the Rams keep dropping balls. Yeah, they do.
Stafford, quick snap here, drops back to pass, looking to his right, throws to his right. The ball is up and intercepted. No, it's dropped.
Ooh.
Intercepted, and the ground knocked it out from Julian Love. He intercepted that ball, but couldn't keep it in his hands through the ground. There was a flag on the play, and that flag actually is going to be on Seattle. It is Jones.
Hey.
Familiar face for the Rams. So Ernest Jones with the penalty. Looks like here Puka Nacua gets his hands on Puka. Illegal contact. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's overtime. That is a ridiculous call. I'm a Rams fan through and through. That is a ridiculous call. Tell me what you see, Josh.
We kind of are owed this call here, in my opinion at least. So, what's more ridiculous? The illegal man downfield or this? Let's see.
Stafford hands off to Corum. Corum gets a nice gain of 4. What do you think, Josh?
That is close. That is close. Just because of
he
the
touches
illegal,
him. There's contact
just because
there.
of the illegal receiver downfield call, I kind of have to say this is a penalty. If they're calling that call, that was going to be called.
It's OT. What are we doing? Krim says, I just want the Rams to win. No fantasy involved at all. Okay, so you're not really worried about that, but you just really like Blake Corum then. I see. Stafford drops back to pass, looking over the middle, throws to Corum. Corum! He tips it up, and it's intercepted by Ernest Jones. And
What?
we need to see a replay because he might have dropped it, but Blake Corum tips the football up.
Why are you tipping it up?
Just
What?
drop
No.
it. He tried to maintain the catch. And oh my goodness, the Rams are just giving the Seahawks the number 1 seed in the NFC. That's the only way we can describe it. Blake Corum with just a ridiculous mistake. And why is he on the field? Where's Kyren Williams? Ernest
By
Jones.
the way, the Seahawks only need a field goal to win the game since now it's the second possession.
I'm not lying to you. My Amazon glitched out right when I about to see the ball hit the ground. Does the ball hit the ground? Let me know what you see.
I'm going to see the replay here soon.
Ball's in the hand of Ernest Jones. It's in his chest. And the nose of the football does hit the ground, but, the ball moves. The ball moves, but is it enough? Is it enough? If I'm a Seahawks fan, I say that's a catch. If I'm a Rams fan, I say he dropped it.
That's close. That's really, really close.
Blake Corum turns around. Stafford throws it over to him. And Corum just tried to catch it, slips out his hand. I'm not going to, how can you not blame him? Again, and I love Blake Corum. But why is Kyren just not involved in this football game at all? And both guys do their fair share of turning the football over. Let's see what the refs have to say.
That is close.
Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. The call is reversed. The call is reversed. If you're a Seahawks fan, you cannot believe it. If you're a Rams fan, you say, obviously the ball was moving.
It was close. That was really close. That could have gone either. That one really could have gone either way. It was slightly moving for sure. I do think the refs get angles that we don't get. So there must have been an angle there that they clearly saw the ball move. We're looking at it again.
Who cares? Rams got the ball. We're good. We're good. Rams get the football. Josh might be frozen. I hope he's not. You're good. You're good, Josh. You're good.
No, I'm good. No,
Stafford.
Okay. Yeah. After looking at it closely, I do really think that was an incomplete pass.
Stafford draws back the pass, finds Puka Nacua on the quick slant. Great throw, great catch with some pressure in his face. There's a flag on the play.
Oh my God.
We'll have to wait and see. TJ says, why wasn't Williams in there? Don't know. It's offsides defense, so that penalty is going to be declined.
Oh.
It is declined.
Yeah.
TJ says, why isn't Williams in there? INT, game over. It is not INT. It's over. It's turned around. It's turned around. So Brandon says Corum better not get another snap in this game. Yeah, just throw Kyren in there. At this point.
Honestly, I agree. Kyren's got to be in there the rest of the drive.
And I'm not saying Kyren's perfect, but it was Blake Corum on the whole drive. And what are you doing? He's tired. I'm sure.
Yeah,
on that last snap, McVay tried to get a timeout off, but he didn't. So maybe good news because we got a first down anyways. Ball's at the 42-yard line in Seattle territory. The handoff is to Kyren Williams. Rams definitely sharpen up there. And hand it off to him for a gain of 2 yards. We have ourselves a game. If you guys like the game, you like what you see, you like what you're hearing from Josh and I, like the stream.
Puka is limping, by the way.
Yeah, don't love to see that. 2nd and 9. Darnold, Cooper Kupp on the sideline, having to watch their defense, see if they can get a stop here. Remember, Seattle gets the football no matter what the Rams do here.
Yes.
Stafford under center, fakes the handoff to Kyren, looks down the field, looking right, stays looking right, throws to his right. Puka Nacua catches the football, running across to the left side. It's a touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, touchdown. Just right across the middle of the field. No one could catch him. Easy touchdown for the Rams. 8 plays, 80 yards. The Rams showing why they are the best team in the NFL, despite trying to hand that number 1 seed in the NFC to the Seahawks all night in this 4th quarter, especially. Puka Nacua, Stafford just cannot be stopped. Fake the handoff, looks to his right, tells everybody I'm looking straight at Puka the whole time, and Puka just catches, runs across the face of the defenders, and runs it easily into the end zone for a touchdown. Pounding his chest on the sideline.
There we go. The Rams needed a touchdown. Now Seattle would have to go for 2 if they score to win the game. So now the Rams having a 7-point lead. The Seahawks can't play for 3. So you know what you got to do. It doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as Seattle does not get in the end zone before the time hits 0, you win the game. Great play from Stafford. Great throw. Great route by Nakua as well.
Incredible all around. Puka Nacua, we talked about this going into this game. A little bit of off-the-field controversy. Live streams, his brother arrested. And we're like, is Puka going to be locked in? He's going to be focused. He's going to be ready. And he's giving McVay these evil eyes as McVay is hyping him up. And he's looking at him like, I'm a dog. Kind of spits in the face of Stafford. Kind of gross there on that slow-mo. But, but overall, Puka Nacua, absolute dog. Win or lose, Puka is so cold, Caleb says. Agree with you there. It's not over.
Not
Let's
over.
play hard defense. Agree with you there, Caleb, as well.
Yeah, it's not over.
Not
over
TJ says
whatsoever.
night. TJ, hold on to the nights till this game is actually with zeros on the clock.
Or if the Seahawks don't score.
Exactly. Rams W says game of the year for sure. Feels like it. A lot of fun calling this one. 30-37. Seattle gets the football back down by 7. If they score a touchdown, they will almost certainly go for 2 unless they're okay with a tie, which would be very interesting. But if you're Seattle, there's no benefit to a tie necessarily.
No.
You want to make sure you win this game because if you tie, I think the Rams will obviously have a tiebreaker there. And so they obviously want to win this game. So if you see a touchdown from Seattle, they will most likely go for 2. We'll see if they even get there. 1st and 10, 6:27 to go in overtime. Ball's at the 35-yard line in Seattle territory. Darnold hands the ball off to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, patient, bounces it out left. JSN helped trying to lead block for him. He only gets about 4 on the play. Couple of coaches on the sideline screaming in Kenneth Walker's face. Don't know why there, but sure. 2nd and 6, 6:08 to go in this football game. And if you haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream now. Like it for this Rams defense to step up.
Yes, please. We need it. The great tackler from Emmanuel Forbes, by the way.
For sure. Darnold under center. Charbonnet in the backfield with a fullback as well. Darnold fakes the handoff still. Kobe Turner breaks through but doesn't get the sack. Darnold rolls to his right and somehow JSN makes the catch on the sideline. Incredible catch. This is why he is so good. This is why Josh has him in fantasy. Great catch from JSN.
First down?
It is going to be a first down for Seattle. Cam Kitchens tries to be there in coverage. Just a little too late. One left, right, in, and he is in.
Oh, yeah. Huge first down.
He is in there. 5:22 to go. This clock is ticking. Seattle has the football at the 44-yard line in Rams territory. Fake the handoff to Charbonnet. Puna Ford now beats through the line of scrimmage and enforces Sam Darnold to throw the ball out of bounds. So this Rams defense, both Puna Ford and Kobe Turner, have gotten through the O-line so far on this drive. Can they actually get to the quarterback is the question. 37-30, 5:13 to go. This is for the first seed in the NFC in Seattle, overtime. The biggest game of the year for both of these teams. McVay and McDonald watch as their teams try to win this football game. 2nd and 10. 5:13 for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold again, football at the 44-yard line. JSN in motion across the formation. JSN, bottom of your screen to the right. Darnold looks that way, throws that way. Emmanuel Forbes might have got there early. No flag. JSN staring at the refs, and then a flag comes out. It's like he willed. It's like he willed the
How
the
late
flag
did this
from
flag
the ref.
come out? I'm about to see this play.
Off of the first look, it looked a little physical, looked a little early from Emmanuel Forbes, who has had a pretty good game covering JSN, by the way. Emmanuel Forbes just gets there a second too early and does the whole pull of the shoulder kind of thing where he grabs the right arm, kind of pulls him a little early. So, yeah, that's a flag.
I will say it is a flag, but it's a late call.
Really late call. Yeah, really.
Like how I hate this in the NBA too when they call the foul like after the team
missed.
already has the ball, and I'm like, what? No, you missed it then.
Darnold hands off to Kenneth Walker, who shakes and bakes and gets absolutely flipped on his back by Kobe Durant, of all people. Kenneth Walker tried to hurdle a bit. Kobe Durant says, "No, you're not going anywhere, not over me," and he slows him down. So Kenneth Walker gained of like 2 yards on that play. By the way, JSN's first half, 0 yards, 0 receptions. Second half, 7 receptions, 92 yards, 13 per attempt. No touchdowns on the day for JSN.
No.
Darnold in the shotgun. Charbonnet to his left. Receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba comes into the backfield, actually, to his right. Darnold drops back the pass, looking, pressure in his face, still finds Cooper Kupp down the field. Darnold had 3 blue jerseys taking him out, and he still is able to complete the pass to Cooper Kupp. Familiar face, familiar reception, tiptoe on the sideline. Some Cooper Kupp prime, Cooper Kupp Rams-esque catch there. Darnold in the shotgun. Drops back the pass. Looking, pressure on his right. Finds Charbonnet really quick for a quick dump off for a gain of 2 on the play. 4:17 to go in overtime.
I don't know if Cooper Kupp got both feet in there.
It was close. I think I saw the right toe drag. Want to read some of these comments off, Josh, real quick while I wait for the next play?
Yeah, come on D from Deadmon. And then Jesus saying, come on Rams win. Zone saying, need another Rams pick. I do agree with all of those.
Agree with those as well. Darnold under center. Ball's already at the 19-yard line in Rams territory. Sorry, 14-yard line. Darnold drops to his back. Drops back, looks to his right, I should say, to Barner. Finds Barner for a catch. And the Seahawks are really threatening to score here. And again, if the Seahawks get it, I highly anticipate them going for 2 to end this football game.
Yeah, although only two more chances though. They cannot.
Yeah. It's 3rd down now. 3rd and 3. 4th down territory, of course, for the game.
Yes.
Sam Darnold under center. The ball is at the 9-yard line. 3rd and 3. Charbonnet with the handoff. Charbonnet gets a 1st down. So Charbonnet gets a gain of 5 on 3rd and 3. And this Seattle team is really threatening to score and potentially try to win this football game. All Stafford can do is sit and watch, and he does not look happy about it.
No, he can't be. He can't be happy about this whatsoever.
37-30 is your score. Timeout looks like it's coming from the Rams side of things. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go in overtime. Rams use their first overtime timeout. Seattle still has both of theirs. Can Sam Darnold win this football game for Seattle, or will the Rams come out on top of this game and control the path to the NFC number 1 seed? We'll have to wait and see after this timeout.
Yes, and then Floyd saying if they score, they're going to go for 2. I think they have to. If they do, Floyd saying he got both feet, and yes, he did. I agree. Perhaps Seattle will go for 2 and fail. I mean, they already did fail a 2-point conversion if we really think about it, but I mean, who knows with 2-point conversions? I mean, they just hand them out, I guess, sometimes. But Caleb said this is why you can never say it's over. No, this is not over whatsoever. Josh and I were both saying after the Rams scored, you got to get a stop. You got 4 chances here.
Darnold,
4 chances to stop them.
First and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. First and goal for Seattle. Darnold under center. Fakes the handoff to Charbonnet. Looks to his right. Looks over the middle of the field. Finds JSN for a touchdown back of the end zone. And it's just a great play. Play action. Jackson Smith and Jigba running across the back of the end zone. And Stafford looks like he had a pretty clear, I'm getting too old for this stuff kind of look on his face, as he looked like he does not want to get back out there. But he will if he has to. And he will not have an opportunity to. Sam Darnold is going to go for 2 and the win.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, JSN for my fantasy team, this couldn't have happened. Like, fantasy me, I needed it. But in real life, I'm very, very, very annoyed.
Here is the ball game. 2-point try for Seattle. Timeout Rams. Okay.
Yeah.
Give us a second to breathe. So 37-31 after a touchdown of JSN. Both these teams scored touchdowns, and the Seattle Seahawks are opting to try to win this football game. Look at the replay. Just a great clean pocket for Darnold. He finds his number 1 receiver one-on-one with Kobe Durant, and it's a foot race in the back of the end zone, and he's going to win that every single time.
Yeah.
Here we go. For the game, Josh.
Oh, geez.
Clutch your pearls. This is going to be a tough one. Can the Rams defense win this football game? Or will Sam Darnold be the one to take his team to the number 1 seed in the NFC? It all comes down to this. 2-point try. 3:13 to go. 37-36. JSN bottom of your screen. Emmanuel Forbes in coverage. Cooper Kupp in motion. Cross your screen. And now Seattle says, hold on. I need to think about this for a second. And Seattle now calls a timeout. So this is, if I'm calling this timeout and I'm Seattle, I'm like, dude, we should just kick the extra point, man. I mean, I know Seattle can't, but like, you're icing your own offense, I feel like.
Yeah, you are. I don't really understand the point. I understood the Rams timeout. That made perfect sense. The Seahawks timeout, what are you doing?
Stafford taps Puka on the chest, tells him he did a great job today, despite whatever happens here. And they both seem to agree with one another. They both did a great job today.
Yes,
Incredible
they did.
games from both your star quarterback and your star receiver. Here we go. Now this is the game here. Seahawks
Well, they might call a second timeout. Who knows?
Seahawks get this. They are the number 1 seed. The Rams stop them. They are the number 1 seed. It all comes down to this. 2-point try. 3:13 to go in this game. Barner in motion. Darnold in the shotgun. Drops back the pass. Looks to his right. Looking. Oh, my God. Barner wide open. Touchdown. I mean, 2-point conversion.
Are you kidding me?
He's wide open. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks have fought their way back. The game of the year versus their hated rival Los Angeles Rams. And they've won the football game. It was not Barner on the 2-point conversion, by the way. 81 was the one who caught it. But wide open, great play call. Just confused the Rams defense just enough. Overtime victory. Huge clutch plays down the stretch. You got to give Seattle some credit. The Rams did give them this football game in the fourth quarter a little bit, but once they tied the football game, the Rams had plenty of chances to win this game. And Salbert is his name, is the one that catches the 2-point conversion to end, honestly, potentially end the Rams' hopes, the number 1 seed.
Yeah, that's not great. Yep, I mean,
Kobe Turner, by the way, that ball flew right across his face. I mean, he could have got a hand on it maybe.
who is number 8? Did you know who number 81 was on the roster before that play?
I had to look at the back of his jersey. Emmanuel Forbes might have been his responsibility and just wasn't paying attention. Darnold, just a good throw. I mean, wide open. I mean, middle of the field. I mean, what do we do? XE is back. He says Rams choke. One and done in the playoffs too. We'll wait and see on that one. Don't know about that, but for sure, That was a tough way to lose a football game. Money J says Seattle will lose in the playoffs. We'll see when we get there. I think the Rams proved they're at least probably a better team, but they didn't prove they could finish this football game. So clearly, Seattle will probably feel otherwise. Tara says, "Welp, they won." Yeah. Walter says, "Damn, I just shit on myself." Thank you for making me laugh, Walter. Appreciate it. Rich says they blew the 2-pointer. Dead.
Yes, they did.
Oh, yeah, earlier in the game. Yeah, I mean, that's a great,
yes, they did.
Great reference there, Rich, because I would have forgot about that if you didn't bring it up. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford reuniting in the tunnel. Kind of love to see that always.
Yeah.
Not right now, though.
No.
Still a great game. I agree with you there. A great, incredible game. Bang, bang, says Christian. Don't love that. Smitty says, yes, sir. Bang, bang, let's go. You hate watching Niners fans. You would have wanted to see both teams lose. Instead, you guys will still be the third team in this division, so no worries there. Zone LA says, neither team making the Super Bowl. Go Bolts. Interesting there, Zone LA. I thought you were rooting for us, Zone. TD says, got to regroup fast. I mean, look, the Rams played fine. I mean, offensively played incredible. Defensively had their moments. The problem was special teams giving up the touchdown to Raheem Shaheed, and then the defense not being ready to kind of get back on the field and play, you know. The Rams offense as well stuttered, right? They had a really good first half. They played really well most of this game, but 5 possessions where you punt, miss a field goal, and then punt again. That's just not winning football.
No.
Philly Game Day says, let's go Hawks. Don't give me more reason to hate Philadelphia, Philly Game Day. ESG says, last time the Rams won the Super Bowl, they were the 5th seed. Not what I want to hear right now, ESG, to be honest with you, because the Rams had it in their grasp right now, and it hurts to even think about the 1 seed right now.
Yes, it does.
Seattle has to beat SF to get the bye.
That is true. We're going to have to root for the Niners.
I'll never do that. Sorry, Niners fans.
I think we might have to.
I just root for both teams to lose. I root for Bane to do what he did in Batman and just explode the field, and they can't have a football game that day. No one gets hurt. Maybe. No one gets hurt.
Well, actually, that means the records would stay the same. So actually, that wouldn't help us. But
Money J says, I hate when the coaches play safe when getting the lead. Why do they think letting other teams get confidence on defense and offense is the best thing? Yeah, I feel like the Rams got complacent. I agree with you, Money J. I think the Rams got complacent. Then the Rams started running the football, not being creative, and it kind of came back to bite them for sure.
Yes, it did. It did. I'm going to go over some stats, though, from the game. Stafford, 29 for 49. Not a great completion percentage. 457 yards, though, and 3 TDs. I think Stafford is still the MVP. That was not on him why we lost this game whatsoever. Kyren Williams, 23 for 70. Not great in terms of yards per carry. Blake Corum, 14 for 48 with the touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 2 for 6. Puka, 12 catches, 225 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Again, not on him why we lost. Xavier Smith, 2 for 57. Mumpfield, 3 for 40. Davis Allen, 2 for 34. Terrence Ferguson, 3 for 33 and a touchdown. Colby Parkinson with a lot of drops today, 2 for 21. Jordan Whittington, 1 for 19. And Kyren, 3 for 15. Blake Corum, 1 for 13. Kobe Durant with the fumble recovery. Obviously, Josh Wallace with the interception. Landman, Puka Nacua getting a sack. Jared Verse and Kobe Turner each with the sack and a half as well. And for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, 22 for 34, 270 total yards, 244 net yards with the sacks. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Rushing, Kenneth Walker, 11 carries, 100 yards and a touchdown. Charbonnet, 9 for 32 and a touchdown. Shaheed, 1 for 31. Darnold, 3 for 7. And A.J. Barner, 1 for 1. Receiving JSN, 8 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 3 for 64. Barner, 4 for 41 and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 3 for 39. Zach Charbonnet, 4 for 22. Rashid Shaheed, nothing on 1 target. Cooper Kupp lost a fumble. Drake Thomas and Ernest Jones each with double-digit tackles, along with Nick Emmanwori as well. No sacks or interceptions for the Seahawks.
TBD says need to get rid of this kicker and sign Tucker. Don't agree there. I think Harrison Mevis was a nice replacement for Cardi, but he is not. He's far from a trustworthy kicker, and we saw it today. I was nervous when he went up there. I mean, 48 yards felt like a pretty far kick for him, and he missed the kick. Connor says, as an LA Chargers fan, I feel bad for you guys. Against a big bad wolf, a.k.a. Seahawks football team. Hopefully Rams can take down Seahawks again in the playoffs. It's weird. I don't come out of this game thinking that the Seahawks are so much better than us.
I don't either.
And I know it sounds crazy to say. I'm not trying to hate on the Seahawks at all. Congratulations, you won the football game. But I don't think they played that well. I mean, I think the Rams' offense played better. I think they just had that crazy stretch of a great defense because they held the Rams to a lot of punts. But I just feel like the Rams played complacent in the fourth quarter until the kickoff. And all of a sudden, the kick return from Shaheed kind of blew this game away, right? So that's where I feel like maybe the Rams beat themselves a little bit. But again, give credit to the Seahawks. They won the game. Just kind of where I feel like the Rams were the better team today. It's just sometimes a better team loses, man.
Yeah, sometimes that does happen. The Rams are the better team for 3.5 quarters.
I feel like
for a quarter,
I feel like a Toronto Blue Jays fan are now saying that, but the better team lost. But no, I mean, look, I'm not saying this to say anything bad about Seattle. I just don't think they blew me out the water of a team that's very difficult for the Rams to beat. The Rams can beat this team. Like, I'm confident they can beat this team. The problem is now you might have to do it in Seattle, right? Versus playing it at SoFi. And that's the problem.
Yeah, TBD saying a Rams special teams coordinator should be fired today. Kind of agree.
It was ugly today.
Honestly, throughout this whole year, he has not been good. ESG saying Rams always lose looking good, except the Niners game and the Panthers game. Those two games, they did not really.
Well, they look good. The
Eagles game is what this reminded me of the Eagles game.
Yeah, if you really think about it. Losses. The losses this year have been kind of bad a little bit, but this one was not a good loss, but they did play well.
No, Johnny saying not a backwards pass. I agree. Johnny. Is this like soccer where there's an offsides line? Is there a backwards pass line kind of?
I don't care about the backwards pass. How do you blow the play dead and let him pick the ball up after the whistle?
You can't.
Don't know how that is allowed, but sure.
You can't. Rams will be on the East Coast for the playoffs, Tampa and Philly. If we're in Tampa, give me Tampa. Looks awful right now. Give me Tampa.
Give me Tampa. Give me Philly even still.
I don't know about that. If that's a snow game again, that does scare me.
Sure, that's fair. The city itself is what I'd be worried about. But the offense, I'm still not worried about. They're fixing some things in Philadelphia, but I'm still not too concerned. They played the Raiders. I mean, it's not like they're fixing.
Gene saying fourth quarter's a story. I agree. D-Man saying great game, great fans. I agree. Rich saying, can I send you the video of the whistle that blew? I recorded. No, we saw it. Yeah, ESG, does the whistle even count? I don't know. TBD saying Philly Rams will be the 7th seed. I disagree with that. ESG saying no whistle. Why don't we just have robots out there? I agree. I think all sports should do what tennis does and have the automatic officiating. The Batman, great name. The Seahawks will get blown out. Sam is a choker in the playoff. I do agree. Sam Darnold will not win a playoff game. Seattle got Carolina and San Fran. They could lose both. That is true. They don't have an easy schedule. The Rams have 2 very easy games, in my opinion. I do think the Rams are going to win their next 2 games. But because of this loss, Devontae needs to play at some point this season.
Yeah, I think
that he's gonna. I think there's more of an urgency on trying to help him recover.
Yes and no. I think he needs to. I mean, this season, yes, but not. I think now that you lost, and you probably, you're leaving it in Seattle's hands basically to whether or not they're gonna win the number 1 seed. I think you take your time with Devontae in the sense of you just can't rush him back. You're going to make the playoffs, but if you're going to be on the road, you definitely need Devontae. You can't have a hurt Devontae. So I think you don't rush him back necessarily, but I don't know, man. The Rams won this game, man. We're watching the highlights now. 23-14. You take the lead. You go up 30-14 in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Yeah, ESG saying I don't think we're gonna...
interception with 9 minutes to go.
I thought that was game.
Me too. Raheem Shaheed, I'm watching the run back now just to kind of refresh myself and just, like you said, nobody up the left side of the field. Horrible punt coverage.
Yeah.
He's fast, but he didn't do anything crazy there. Ran a straight line.
Yeah. Megan saying at Rams Digest, I'm a Seahawks fan and was told the Rams will blow us out. Not by us. Both of our score picks were not blowouts. So you were not told that.
27-24.
I had 20-17. So both of us did not say this would be a blowout. We have a donation. From Kai. Thank you, Kai, saying, not trying to be facetious, but is there really a home field advantage at SoFi for either home team? I do think the home field advantage is us not having to be in the snow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's weird. It's funny. Like, I think people are misinterpreting what we say when we say home field advantage. I'd rather be at SoFi Stadium in the nice sunny weather of Los Angeles at 60 degrees, the coldest we're gonna get, versus playing in that snow in Philly or playing in what's it called? Rain in Tampa or even rain in Seattle, right? Like, so, like, I think that is a key for the Rams, is not playing elsewhere, like playing on turf in your enclosed building. That is the key. It's not necessarily the fans. I agree, the Rams fans can be better showing up in LA. So
it's better than the Chargers fans, I'll tell you that much.
Better than Chargers fans, but they could be better for sure. But still, I think you prefer playing at SoFi as opposed to playing on the road in some snow. That's why we're saying that, Kai.
Yeah,
appreciate your donation, by the way, Kai. Thank you for doing that. Megan says, not you, but others in your fandom. Oh yeah, sure, fair enough, Megan. Yeah, I'm sure people said that it was going to be easy, and honestly, though, Megan, not trying to say they were right because we lost, right? But the Rams won this game at some point, right? 9 minutes to go, you're up 30-14. The Rams lost the game in the fourth quarter, and that is the key. The momentum's flipped. Give all the credit in the world to Shaheed, all the credit in the world to the rest of the team. But all I'm saying is it was a really kind of the Rams dominating most of the game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they did. The Goats says go Hawks. Jackson go Hawks. A lot of Seahawks fans in here all of a sudden. I'm betting on the Panthers from Connor to beat the Seahawks. Justin says go Lions. You know what? Honestly, fair at this point. And then Gene saying laughable Seahawks fans calling us lambs when Shaheed saved the game for Sam Darnold. That is kind of true. If Shaheed doesn't run that back, I don't think Sam Darnold has any confidence. TBD saying Rams lost in the fourth quarter to Philly, Carolina, San Fran, and now Seattle. They suck. They don't suck. These last few games have been quite bad. I will say that. Robert said that ball on the 2-point was not a backwards pass. I mean, even if it was, you blew it dead. You blew it dead.
Dex says Arizona beats the Sleepy Rams. We played Arizona twice already, didn't we?
Yeah, we crushed them.
It's Atlanta then Arizona?
Right? Yeah, I mean, Atlanta with Bijan. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked awesome last week.
Should be good for the Rams. Should be a fine one for the Rams.
Yeah, Dex saying, but Shaheed did. Yeah, Shaheed did run it back. I mean, it's a great run back from Shaheed, but I do agree that he kind of did save the game for Sam Darnold. I don't think Sam Darnold is the main reason why you won this game.
Game Star says Ramsey lost the game. I mean, you give up 38 points. Yeah,
you're gonna lose most likely.
You can't blame the offense when Stafford threw for 400 yards and all
3 touchdowns.
Well, we'll wait and see on what happens versus Arizona and Atlanta. Going to pick the Arizona Cardinals and Atlanta Falcons to beat the Rams. TBD giving up on the season. It looks like. Hey guys, I said this at the start of the game. This game could be a loss for the Rams. And if it is a loss for the Rams, we need to not freak out. Does not mean the season is over. You didn't have Devontae Adams on offense. Your defense didn't play super well. They had their moments, but they didn't finish the game. That's the problem. And so, I mean, special teams as well. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm not freaking out about this one. It just hurts. It sucks because you could have had the 1 seed. You could have been playing at SoFi, like all that.
Well, I do just want to make something clear that the Rams would need to, even if they won today, they'd have to win next week to for sure get the 1 seed. But having this game would have really, really helped that.
Now you win
For
the next
sure.
2 games, you go 13-4 on the season, and you hope Seattle loses one, right? That'd be the
And
possibility.
you need the Bears to lose one because the Bears have the tiebreaker over us because they beat the Eagles.
Either way, see the Rams win out, and let's see what happens to finish this year. The season's not over for the Rams by any stretch of the imagination. Seattle Seahawks fans can be happy today, but
Yeah,
they just saw
the
team
season's
lose.
not over. So Megan, remind me who was the first seed. Nobody guaranteed. You do as of today, and congratulations for having it for a day.
You have
But
it.
the season is not over, so you can't really use that argument.
Well, and you have it, Megan. It's fine. And if they do finish the
today.
season with the first seed, it is what it is. But the point is, the season for the Rams isn't over. Just because they're not going to be, the first seed doesn't mean the Rams are cooked.
Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know that they're not the first
Exactly.
seed.
But I'm saying even if Seattle somehow, some way maintains the first seed, the Rams season's not over. They got a chance. It's just
ESG is saying, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need the Niners to beat the Seahawks, and we need them to beat the Bears, which is kind of crazy. We might have to root for the Niners twice.
the Rams have to win out as well either way. So
Yes, which I do think they will.
Baked Panda says this is gonna be the NFC Championship game, if not the Niners. Honestly, the NFC Championship game. This is a rematch of tonight. That'll be fantastic. This is a
It will be.
fantastic.
I don't see Sam Darnold having a good playoff game. Like Sam Darnold today was not great. Like, he was better than the first meeting, but he wasn't great.
No, I think the run back helped, and then the punt. The next drive, he did it fine, I guess. The final drive, but or not the final drive, but the drive before that. Last couple of drives, he was good, but his team kind of gave him a lot of momentum for sure. Yeah, but we're seeing now why the Seattle Seahawks have been so good this year. I mean, they're resilient.
Yeah.
They're very resilient. What a game! What a victory, man, for Seattle. Give them the credit where credit is due. Congratulations, Seattle fans. Talk your trash. We're gonna see what happens the remainder of the season, and then hey, both these teams are gonna be in the playoffs, so. We're going to have to wait and see. Megan says he wasn't great, but we still won. You're 100% right. Great win, even with Darnold not playing well. Other than that, since we do have just a bunch of haters here, and I'm tired and hungry.
Yeah, I'm very hungry too. It is after 9 o'clock here, and because this game was, at 5:10, it's before dinner time.
We didn't eat dinner.
So,
yeah. We didn't eat dinner. Bake says both great teams.
Yes.
But he won. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sam Darnold won. Overall, I hope you guys had fun watching this one. We had a lot of fun calling this game with you guys. I think I speak for both Josh and I when I say tough loss for the Rams, but a fun experience.
Yeah, very tough.
Megan, the Rams play Atlanta next week. I'm sorry.
Monday night, 29th. So our next stream isn't for over basically 10 days, but we will be back for the Atlanta game on the 29th. Daily videos coming back tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to have a post-game breakdown, rant, whatever you want to call it. So,
yeah, 100%. Merry Christmas to everybody, by the way. Or happy holidays if you don't celebrate. But we really hope you guys have a nice, safe one if we don't see you on the channel. But we hope to see all you guys on the channel, even the haters, or Megan said.
Make sure to watch our daily videos. We're going to have a new style of content coming in next week. I know I said that last week, but both of our schedules are very hectic. This week to where we're still figuring out the tech on those things. So that should be up and running next week. So make sure to stay tuned. We're going to be back with the video tomorrow. But before we end, make sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to check how many subs we're at right now. I'm going to check.
I got to say quick also, Baked Panda and Megan are both saying they're not haters. They're just enjoying the win. So I appreciate both you guys for respectfully enjoying the Seahawks winning. That's player says.
And wait, Josh, breaking news. We have hit 5,000 subscribers.
Thank you guys for your support. Before we start the stream, we're at about 30 short, around that range, 25 short subscribers. We begged you guys a couple times to subscribe. So appreciate you guys. Baked Panda says Jesus loves you guys. He loves you too, Baked Panda. We really appreciate you saying that.
Thank
Jesus
you.
Loves you. I always love that love for sure. But appreciate all of you guys for your support. Dex is spamming the chat. We're going to hop off soon so he can stop spamming. But appreciate all of you guys for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your donations. We saw a donation today. Appreciate everyone here for your support. Even the guys who are Seahawks fans and Niners fans coming into the channel. You see X saying subscribe if you hate the Rams. Subscribe, whatever. It is what it is. However you want to
just
subscribe
regardless.
We appreciate you guys either way. Thank you all for 5,000 subscribers, and we're on the road to 6.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. We wanted to hit it by New Year's Eve is when we thought we were going to do it, but we did it today. Caleb saying 12 greater than 11. It is, well, 12 less than 11, I should say. And mathematically not correct, but fandom-wise, it is correct. So we do want to shout out to you there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this one. We appreciate a tough loss for the Rams, 38-37. Rams moved to 11-4. Seahawks moved to 12-3. First place in the NFC West. First place in the conference. Rams fall to 5 as of today. We'll see where they end up after Week 16 is over, because they could fall down to 6, potentially, I believe, as well.
Yeah, 100%. Appreciate all of you guys for the support. Spams in the chat are coming. So appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Hope you had fun watching the game.
Yes.
Tough loss for the Rams. We'll be back at it on the 29th for the live stream. But if you want to watch us, like Josh said, over and over on our daily videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any daily Rams content.
Yes, don't miss it.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. We're going to call it a night on that.
Yes, thank you for watching. See you next time.
All right, we'll see you guys. And in the